Hello everybody, how are we doing? Welcome to INus Battles 19. Today, Percival versus Sound going to start us off. Later on, we will have Rogue versus Cure, ByuN versus Classic, and Clem versus NightMare, all best of fives. Starting off with this Percival versus Sound series in just a few moments' time. 2-day event. Starting day today, secondary day on Thursday, and yeah, looking forward to getting through and casting some games for you all. Hello, hello, hello. I will turn the WardiTV Monday logo off as well. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. Everyone's saying hello everywhere. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me. You guys are actually well. I mean, you don't get much choice of having me here. Like, I will be here no matter what, whether you agree with me or not, but like, you guys have decided to join me, I suppose. So thanks you guys for joining me. I guess you guys could say thanks for me having you. Alright. We are looking to get underway here in a few moments' time. Just getting started. Getting a couple things up and running, my friends. Get ready to go into this very soon. In the lobby, so we should be able to kick this off in a couple of moments. Go is being called. And like I say, yeah, kick this off in a moment or two. We can get some 30th anniversary. Yeah, my local store is gonna get me a couple boxes. Apparently it's like super heavily printed. So yeah, apparently it's super heavily printed. My local store's getting like 300 Elite Trainer boxes, so I'm probably going to get some, but I'm honestly not super excited about it even. I'm just... Oh, they really screwed up now. Like, at what point, like, I was so into Pokemon, how can I not have interest in it, man? It's crazy. Screwed up for real. Anyways, let's cast some StarCraft 2s. Hello everybody. Again, thanks for hanging out, thanks for joining us, thanks for being here. As we get into some action in the top right hand side, we're gonna, drinks in the way of my thingy. In the top right hand side, we're going to have ourselves the red Terran player. This is going to be Percival as we kick off this best of 5. Get this on the way. In the bottom left, our blue Protoss is going to be Zown. Some Japanese coming. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably have fun opening it a little bit, but yeah, now that I don't play, I feel like a lot of the stuff where it's like, oh cool, I got this to play with at least, now that that doesn't have that kind of appeal, it's a bit less, the whole thing's a bit less exciting. So guys, give me one moment, wait, is this my drink? Oh, never mind, I thought I left my drink elsewhere, but it was actually right in front of me. Oops. Sweet. Sweet. Alright, let's see what's going on. Chill day for me. I'm not organizing, I'm just casting. Got 4 best of 5, some fun players. I actually like the matchups today. Percival Zound, I think, is always a really good one where both players have a very solid shot of winning. I think Cure Rogue right now is an absolutely banging matchup where Rogue has been dominant, Cure has been good in TVZ, but I think it's been fun to see kind of the, Rogue doing so well. Rogue the only Zerg in this event as well, so we kind of have to cheer him on. The matchup after that, ByuN versus Classic, I think it's kind of fun with Classic who's been struggling. It'll be fun to see if he can pick it up a little bit today at all. And then we wrap the day up. Clem versus NightMare, more TVP. That one I'm actually... That one I feel very tough to believe in NightMare doing much, but we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, 4 best of 5s all coming up. Excited to get us underway, as we do already have a probe that's scout across the map and get a few moments rolling here on lockdown. And yeah, Cybercore next is both coming through. Just gonna see the command center is nearly halfway done. And that factory coming up from Percival as well, so bring this into place. Reaper gets in, actually going to get a probe, or should have had a probe there. Oh, I guess good micro on the probes to keep the Reaper zoned out well enough. He doesn't want to dive through to get that probe that was low. Did end up getting one anyway, though, so the Reaper does not leave empty-handed to one kill. And a little bit of a peek into the main base to see what's going on. Yes. Reaper takes a few more shots. Super low, Stalker trying to get a grab on this. Still not quite able to just yet. That probe comes back over. Finds up with a natural. Good grenade is going to be perfectly placed to punch that Stalker back down the ramp and to keep it away here for the next few moments. So it's very nicely done. Orbital coming up on that natural. And again, the bunker is already there as well. Widowmine's about halfway through. Had a couple probes at the warp gate. Let's bring a lot of this up and into place for now, as this Reaper is going to head down to the bottom side. And again, also just having a bit of a peek as to what exactly may be going on these next few moments. Robo facility coming up. The blink on the way still. Continue to bring that over for a moment or two. Yeah, a couple extra gates, and that blink will continue to come up and online. Reaper's going to get around the top side once more, and again, just see if there's much else happening with that blink on the way up. There's not really much that's going to happen from Zaun's side until that blink is done. He has no reason to rush into anything or anything like that. Reaper hops up into the main base. We are going to see the Stalkers. Actually going to try and get after said Reaper and should be able to shut it down. Still nice to get in and just get a little bit of an update. At this point, the Reaper's not going to do much else. Would have been nice to have synced it up so the Stalkers actually get distracted as the mine drop comes in. So maybe you could argue that the Reaper could have been a little bit better timed overall, but I don't think we're super upset at the end of the day. Let's move back around the bottom side, then trying to find an opening here, see what we can do. See if there's an opportunity to make something happen or not. Answer is not really. 2 probes only, and the one of those obviously came off the Reaper earlier as well, so not exactly ideal. It doesn't look as though we're getting as much done as we would have probably liked to. This is going to come to a pretty quick close in terms of damage being dealt, so I think that's going to be about it for now even. And we'll just sit back and chill out for the next few moments as we have the auto turret coming in. So I guess we won't chill out too much. We'll not chill out too much, but there will be the Raven coming in, auto turret, kind of as expected just for the moment. Again, very standard play, nothing really too crazy about that at this current point either. Ray Marauder, Stim Combat Shield, all the goodness on the way. Ourselves set up. We'll just take a few moments, but we'll be there soon to see where we can take this. Obviously, everything else just coming online nicely. Yeah, once those upgrades are done, we'll have ourselves the chance for Percival to be out on the map a little bit. Again, Sentry, Thermal Lance, all of that continue to come through for a few moments. You do just take it easy here. I see that bio tank force gathering around. Again, combat shield and +1 still coming up. Vikings tank production. The rest of the bio is still building. Percival shoving. This is where Tyrants have been very strong lately. This I mean, this push timing is always strong, right? But this is going to be one of those moments where it just is kind of at its peak right now. So let's see how it does. See what happens. And you're seeing the Bioforce still gathering. The tanks are knocking down onto the set of rocks here as well. Get some pressure and some damage out for a moment. Me in position on the base is not a good sign for ByuN. He's going to be struggling a little bit there. It's going to be seeing the Colossus going down as well. Everything is just kind of melting. We're not doing enough. I think at the end of the day, Percival is going to be having himself the push through for the opening map here. And it's going to be able to take that down. Alrighty. Well, we will take a second, my friends, and jump into game number 2, which will be Washout, and get this going. I mean, Percival just hitting that timing. His army looked very good from the very start, honestly. Just showing up, looking powerful. Percival just looks really good when it comes to TVP in these kind of moments. It's pretty wild. See him be I know he's good lately. I know we're good, but it's just like he's just real good, you know. He's just banging Protoss down like nobody's problem. It's kind of wild. I feel like Percival's only been stopped by Terrans and like Rogue lately. Even most of the Zergs have struggled quite a bit against Percival too. Percival's just playing well. It's very cool to see. What's Percival's ByuN history? Percival's, yeah, Percival's recent G on the upwards has been great. Lost to GG Machine in big brain bouts, lost to Rogue, lost to Cure, lost to map to ByuN. Did lose a series to Hero a week ago in Kung Fu Cup, but he did beat, so he beat Classic, then lost to Hero. Classic's not having a good time though. Please check Classic ByuN history. I will when we get to Classic ByuN. I will when we get there. But not before. Alright, on the bottom left-hand side, up one is going to be our red Terran player Percival. And the top right, our blue cross is going to be ByuN. Laying down the law. I don't need to see what Classic ByuN's history is when I'm casting Percival's out, no? Why talk about my things I'm going to kill time with in 2 hours? Ay. Gotta save my downtime content for the right moment, you know? Wash out for map number 2. A couple of those refineries just on the way out. Rack. Gas. Gate gas. Rack's double gas actually from Percival, so a little bit more on the aggressive front. 3 working each as well, so he's mining a lot of gas for early in this game. It's quite interesting. See that cyber core in the next is coming up, then we get that on the way. Take a few moments. As that probably comes across the map to see what's going on. Not too much. You're getting cut open, Roddy? Hey, hey, hey. It's not good. Good luck with whatever it is, matey. Ali's sending some woofs for you as well, apparently. God, she's barking a lot today. I love the support woofs. Yeah, just I don't know if she's if you can hear her, but she was just popping off the moment I mentioned you. Start going crazy. Start going crazy. Adept just hanging about. Stalker and the warp gate coming up for a few moments, so again we take a couple of seconds here. This Reaper coming back around as well. And we just got the Reaper just gonna throw down a little grenade medevac in the tank. So we are gonna have the potential to get across the map quickly, which we kind of got to. This is a one baser from Percival. He wants to get something done here, so he wants to try and put some pressure in. He wants to try and get something done. Let's see if he can find that something over the course of this game. And there's the gateway coming down, the blink and the warp gate continuing to come up currently. Marines jumping into the medevac. Obviously, there's the tank as well, and we will get going. We've already moved across the map with a group of units as well. It does not feel like his army is ready for this at all, guys. He's on a single gateway. He's he's getting blink currently. He's supply blocked. He has a battery. But obviously, one of the gates being in the front here is absolutely horrific for you as well. As do we just have, honestly, I think we just have enough damage to straight up fight this. Yeah, that sound just says GG. Percival. Blowing up this series. 2-0 lead, just like that. Man. I don't want to say it, guys. I know not all pros are just losing, but man, I feel like every pros I cast recently are just like, they're just dying, you know? I feel like, especially as Terrans figure out all the things they can do, I imagine this is kind of a part and parcel as well, kind of a factor where it's like, Zaun probably feels the need to be a bit greedy to keep up with the very powerful Terran economy, with command centers coming in sooner and everything. And so that greed, as usual, opens up the doorway. Once you have to be a bit greedy, it opens up that doorway, it opens up that pathway into you're just open to attack. You're open, you know, you're not as secure as you might want to be. So yeah. I think P is quite a bit better versus T than... Yeah, I know. PvT was meant to be the good matchup for Protoss, but... I didn't even feel like it was like this at first, no? I feel like it's like... It is just, I think, the Terrans figuring out their builds a little bit, and... It feels brutal for the Protoss at the moment, man. It feels brutal for the Protoss at the moment. Meanwhile, losing most of your TVPs? Yeah, well, I mean, as per usual, most balanced things don't really affect me, you, or anyone else in the chat. At the end of the day, if I make my depot more efficiently, I make up for the cost of the command center or something, right? Like, that's the crazy part of StarCraft 2. At the top of the top of this MMR is the most efficient of things that make the difference and really does go a long way. It really does go a long way. You can see a probe dropping down a gateway. Barracks on the way through as we take a couple of moments. Getting settled here. And getting that all started up. And the probe heading back out onto the map. For a little while as well. Again, gateway, similar. Building through. And getting set. SV Pub's just gonna get a little nibble off for a few moments. all those SCVs coming through again, trying to see if there's a little bit more they can find. A bit more damage to be had. Next comes up, factory on the way. I see a couple of Marines coming over. This factory coming up, the CC coming along. Bring this through for a little bit. The couple of Marines going to gather spread. Hold out atop this ramp again. The Adept and the Warp Gate coming up. Twilight Council building through as we speak. Bringing a lot of that online for the moment. Depth comes over, the few Marines step through. Nexus will finish up on that natural. Taking a couple of seconds. Marines cycling the medevac all coming through, the blink and the warp gate coming up as well. Robotics facility just on its way for a couple of moments as well, so bringing that up and running into place. So that all started. Need to settle here for a handful of moments. Again, we just got the blink coming on through. The few Marines are going to step forward. The robotics facility coming up as well. So down. Let's see if we can defend this one as Percival looks to hit him with yet another round of attack, this time just Cyclone Marines. Defensively speaking, we do not have a battery this time. It's just starting. You are up a ramp, though. That should go a fair distance. Just going to see that Cyclone locking on. As depth goes down, battery is not going to be done at all. Come on, Zam, please defend. Please don't die. This is horrible, isn't it? And it's so brutal as well, because you're working off these gateways, and like, I get it, like, you know, you're just... it's wild, because I'm expecting the pros to be like, oh god, bam, here's my 3 extra stalkers or something, and they just don't have warp gate ready. Well, that was a that was 8:37, 4:45, and 5:23. So what, like 9? Let's call that 10:05. 19 in-game minute best of 5. That's pretty nutty. Yeah, 20-minute best of 5 in this economy is kind of crazy. It's the Terrans, man. They just build all their command centers. I guess he didn't even need to build command centers in this matchup either. Jeez. That was rough for Zhao. It's one of those days where you hope you never have to think of again, because that was brutal. Zhao's not bad right now. When we were just casting Zhao doing well on something the other day. Took map of Shin in the Kung Fu Cup Weekly a week ago. Lost in the group stages of the Summer Cup. I guess not really is the answer. Zhao's match history is actually just losses. It's actually pretty brutal. Zhao's last series win. Hang on, let me look on it like that because it's not as clear on Wikipedia. Because it's counting Team League matches. So Zhao's recent wins: 2-0 Ia, Chinese Terran player, 2-1 Mixu, 2-0 Perceive, 2-0 Armani, who's retired, 2-0 Roxas. I know Roxas watches a bunch. That's 1-0 ByuN in GSLCK on the 6th of July. The last time Zhao won a legitimate series against, like I'd say, a top-end player was a best of one a month ago. Jesus, that's not good. That's not good. Holy shit, I didn't realize Zhao was looking so rough. That is brutal. Puzzle's really good as late. Yeah, I don't disagree. Videos are done for Kira vs Rogue, guys. It's gonna be our next series up. I don't have much else to say. I don't really know what to say, guys. It was just a brutal series. Yeah, I mean, Zhao's just not been playing much. A lot of the Protoss have not been playing much as well, to be fair. He's classic in a custom game right now, so I wonder what he's working on or playing in. I don't think he's playing. Oh, is he playing the Sparkling Cup? Sparkling Tuna Cup? He's playing the Sparkling Tuna Cup. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. In the lobby. We're gonna kick in just a few moments. 3, 2, 1. Surely the TVZ will give us some better fighting. You know what it is? It's because I didn't add. I know what it is, guys. I didn't add Percival vs. Zhan into the stream titles, so they just were like, "Oh well, clearly this series isn't real." So they just pretended it didn't happen. Obviously, that's what's taking place here. All right, let's get into this, my friends. Let's cast some StarCraft Dios. In the top right-hand corner, we are going to have ourselves the red Terran player. This is going to be Team Liquid Secure. Man, I feel like I've cast Secure and Rogue a bunch the last few days. It feels like we've had these guys play a good amount recently, which is nice because they've actually been playing some great series. Rogue especially has been playing a really good SC2. If you've not been watching Rogue recently, then fools you. You guys are fools because he's been playing like some great StarCraft. It's been very fun to watch. Excited to see if he has some action in store for us today as we kick this best of 5 off. Like I say, Kira Rogue, TVZ, best of 5, and let's hope for a real series, unlike the previous one we just got, which, like I say, was a little bit more on the unfortunate side of life. Let's see if this one is a little bit stronger. As we get this on the way. Oh my god, I keep getting spammed by the same person in the chat. On YouTube. I don't know how to get rid of them. They just, I ban them, and then they just have another account with the same profile photo, like, 2 minutes later. Crazy business. Yeah. You know we've made it when the YouTube chat's getting spammed, though, guys. We have an overlord coming about. This overlord coming across, just going to be seeing the hatchery in the pool coming up for a couple moments as well, so continue to bring that around. This overlord is just going to see the fact that this is 2 racks. Q not going to go Reapers, though. He's going to go for the Marines, which is, yeah, something you can do. It's maybe not quite the most expected of ways to play it, but it allows you to put some pressure on, typically. Marines poking up towards the top here. There's going to be an overlord that's making a play. But, yeah, Marines is going to catch it, so it's going to go down. That's one of the benefits of opening Marines right away. You know this now as Rogue. You know there's going to be heavy on the Marine count, so you can kind of play around that a little bit. Your build, your setup can definitely, like I say, have some choices built around that factor just in general. Barracks command center keeps coming up. Just going to see the Zergling speed on the way as well. Obviously, Ling speed shut down these Marines wandering the map would be great. I mean, Ling speed is super normal to go into anyway, so that really is not too surprising just yet. Again, a few Marines step back, a couple Lings pushing through. Interesting that we get so many Marines joined up together, and they're still being active on the map. Going to catch these Zerglings for a couple of kills, make it 3. It's actually really nice when the Lings are obviously building into that Ling speed. They're about to be more powerful very soon. Marines still gathering in the center, pulling back a little bit. Stimpack, Combat Shield, Marines all continue to come about right now. Again, just get those units gathering together for a couple of moves and see where we're going to take things. Now, there's obviously now a lot of Marines very early, because again, you've built Marines from the very first moments of the game off of a high racks count, so from the very start, you're kind of playing with this higher barracks count, and that's definitely going to leave you in this position now where, again, the Marine count is super high, and we're going to try and work with that here. Both Stim and Combat Shield finishing soon. There's just a lot of Marines. I do not like Rogue's defense. I feel like Ling Queen against this amount of Marines with Stim and Combat Shield just ain't it. I feel like he's only got 5 Queens, which just doesn't feel like a lot. They're all out of energy as well. We scan. We're very patient on the Stim. Gonna get a couple Queens very low initially. Drones start to pull in. Rogue's preparation against this just doesn't seem like it's going to be good enough. Does not feel like he has what he needs. Already -8 workers. We're gonna have to Stim again with these Marines. That's absolutely worth it, because you're just storming in here as Q to kill absolutely everything. I mean, the Ling reinforcements at some point you should clean up, because the Marines would have to either Stim again. Oh, wow. Not going to clean up yet. Eventually they would, right, if this goes long enough, but Rogue just says there's no point waiting that long. Q are going to take game number 1 of this best of 5. Damn. Damn. Is today just like a day of fast games? Surely they're not all going to be this quick, guys. Surely not all of them. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. No patch till BlizzCon. Yeah, that is the rumor going around. It's good. Yeah, it means that we can just not run any tournaments until BlizzCon. I actually think this is a very bad thing to know, because I actually think people are just gonna not play until BlizzCon. Well, certain players of certain races are just not gonna play until BlizzCon comes around, if that's the case, you know? So, yeah. It's, it feels silly right now if you're Protoss to spend the next month trying to figure out how the hell the game works for you. If they're just gonna do a massive overhaul and potentially break the economy again, right? Like, you know, it's tough to justify putting all the work into figuring stuff out while losing all the time. Sounds like the perfect time to take a break now. But yeah. Why does BlizzCon have anything to do to it? I imagine they want to keep the patch the same for... Because they have like, they have the Blizzard Cup and stuff, right? So I imagine they want to keep the patch same for the Blizzard Cup. So that the people who are playing the Blizzard Cup, if they want to practice, know what they're going to be playing on. So, yeah. Kind of crazy. You know, we have thousands of dollars of the StarCraft 2 tournaments going on. But better not actually try and, you know, help those out. Better not help those out. Better just, none of that exists. Ay, ay, ay. The last few months has been pretty draining as a StarCraft creator, I'm not gonna lie. Especially as a tournament organizer. It's been miserable. Rex, I'm just coming into place. You're actually going to open with the Reapers this time around. That's Rogue. Obviously, at least get to play against something different. He was just never set up to deal with a super high Marine count last time around. Orbital is coming up, that Reaper on its way in. Barracks is about to finish. And then the 2 Reapers on the way out. This Overlord is going to go for a scout through. I guess just, I mean, you know there's a Reaper there, so you know you're A-safe, but I don't know what else you're necessarily looking for in this scenario. Just going to drop the CC down, a couple more Reapers. Yeah, CV gathering. Couple wings pop out, little grenade goes down again. I'm just going to go back and forth. Drone Overlord again, a little bit of all of that just coming around for a little bit now. So again, we bring this up, get this settled into place for a moment or two. So Reaper's just going to come back around. We just got to the high ground, just going to jump straight into this main base. A little grenade going down to hit a couple of those queens back already. So the Reaper's going to do more damage. They love it. That's very dangerous with their queen count being so high there, so that part doesn't look great at all. So you see that lab building up, the extra drones on their way through as well. Obviously, left from Rogue, just going to play the 2 base layer initially. I mean, 2 base layer has been fairly popular for a while. It's something that Rogue was doing a lot of, and he actually kind of stepped away from playing the 2 base layer a little while back. Last year, I'd say a little while back. The last few days, it feels like he hasn't done this as much, but generally speaking, it kind of was what I was seeing Rogue have a lot of success with in this matchup originally. Interesting that it's kind of taken a different turn. Impact, a few Marines continue together here. We do have the Rotron from Rogue, so obviously 2 base layer, you typically think Mutas or Spire. But it's actually just going to be a Rotron into the 3rd hatch, so we'll see what else Rogue tries and does with this from this point on. Looks like we're seeing this hatch coming up over there, the Overlord, the Carapace, and the Roach Speed coming through as well. So just continue to bring this about. Continue to get that on the way just currently. Again, just going to see a couple more drones popping. Still Carapace and the Roach Speed coming up as well, so continue to bring that through. You have the Medevac going to take a load up and Cure on the push to try and deal some damage then. Obviously, again, the Roach count is building, so Rogue's going to be very reliant on these Roaches to see success here. Marines, the Hellbat's just going to gather back through, and this is the push from Kua, but the Roach Ravager going across the map, going to have Roach Speed and the Carapace, and Kua doesn't know about the move through the center either, so okay, he recognizes it now, just cancels depots, builds bunkers, or we are just going to be seeing the Marine Hellbat just going to come through. Stim already coming in. One more Corrosive Vials coming down, Roaches and Ravagers. It's going to be there. Defense is good, but like I say, the counterattack at the same time is brutal. Going to lose the Tech Lab building combat shield. The bunkers are not ready. This is not Rogue's full force, of course. He was defending with a bunch of stuff too. The tanks are going to hold him back at least a little bit. If those bunkers fill up and trying to play the defense here. Everything else gathering back together. Just going to see the Roach Ravager again going to get onto this set of rocks. Marines, Medevac, Hellbats up the right side. Going to have a hatchery we can try and get rid of here as well. Of course, the Baal's coming down. The first couple of bunkers continue to drop as well, so we are doing fine on the breakthrough from Rogue. Now, he is taking some damage on the other side, but his Ravager count right now is looking great over here. I guess let's see what happens. Corrosive Vials coming down again. I mean, we have not broken through his Rogue, although he has done some extreme damage, and he's dealt with the aggression on the other side of the map, so well, it took a little while. We did clean up, and now it's actually Rogue's turn to get cleaned up a little bit and pushed back the other way. New Roach is showing up though, and Rogue looking as though he might just be powerful enough to keep this going. Even if you don't break through, you're keeping the Terran back, you're keeping them away from any potential third CC positioning. You're resetting your own third at home, you're keeping units at home as well, which is a big deal. Plus 2 Carapace, circling speed, continuing to be produced at the moment. We're going to salvage up the bunker, and does he have a bit of a push in him? I'm just wondering, is there like a possibility to abuse the fact that this is just Roaches with one big shove? You've got 4 siege tanks. If they get in good positions and you can force your opponent to fight into it, then yes, that is a possibility. It's just, that's a lot to kind of ask from this scenario, and probably more than is realistic to expect, I would say, as well. Again, concussive shells, combat shield, the +1 attack upgrade continue to come through at the moment. Let's bring that around. We are going to be seeing the upgrades all coming into place. Things get a step forward. The tanks in the background put some work in as well, so again, doing nicely there. A couple seconds, and we are going to have ourselves the tanks just getting overwhelmed. That's probably going to be enough to do it, I would say, overall. Rogue is going to push Kua back. Very comfortable supply lead, even when you consider the fact that this is going to be a Roach-based army. Team is fine. Let's see if the rest of the road travel just kind of needs to gather up and we can actually get this on the way. Just gonna break through. A couple crows of files already coming in. Siege tank already getting grabbed as well. And that is going to be Rogue tying the series up 1-1. Obviously, we already saw the build up of the Roach pressure. Nicely done. Alright, we'll jump into our next map in a few moments, guys. I just want to comment on message in chat. It's nothing too crazy, but saying about how it's demotivating to play when you, when you know there's a big patch coming, like why bother to learn the game. I think that's, I see some people like, well, does it matter? But I mean, I definitely think it's a thing, right? It's like if you have multiple hobbies, if you have multiple things you want to do, it does not necessarily make sense to put time into StarCraft now when in a month you could put time into StarCraft and it's more relevant, right? You know, I don't think it's, yes, you could still practice StarCraft and get it better, right? But if you're going to choose between two things, if you know there's a patch in 6 weeks, I don't think it's crazy to be like, oh, I'm going to put whatever else on hold while while this patch comes out and then we can, go from there maybe. I think it's probably a pretty common viewpoint. I wonder if there's been any new StarCraft YouTube channels pop up lately. Just wondering if the intern is like realizing how good like new patch videos are. I wonder if he's just cashing in. You don't have any other hobbies? Oh yeah, well then you've got to play StarCraft. Then it doesn't matter. I only thought it was interesting because it's relatable. Because I like playing my cards, but like for example, I don't play the TCG I'm playing as much when it's like a few weeks before the next set comes out, because whatever I'm usually building up to practice towards is just less meaningful to practice now than it would be in a few weeks, right? So then I typically spend time doing other things instead. I don't think it's a super crazy concept was all. I saw people in chat being like, "What? Why would you just not play?" I kind of like I just get it. That's all. Kira Rogue Game 3 here in the INU Battles 19. Overlord on a slow move across the map, just going to be journeying to the upper right side here initially, so making its way across. Couple barracks continuing through, that SEV popping out. Couple drones, the hatchery, all continuing to come by. Do I have any plans to host custom patch by patches on tournament? No. No, I think, don't get me wrong, I think the patches mod is very cool. I think it's obviously very cool he's able to run his own events and stuff to, get people to play it. But I think generally speaking, we should not, as a community, be running different patches to the main patch. Like, I think generally speaking, like, I think it would be bad for me to just be like, WardiTV Mondays or patches mod or something, because I think that just fragments the community even further. And it's not exactly a time where we want the community to be more fragmented, because you might not realize, but the community is pretty messed up right now anyway, so... so yeah, no, I don't have any intentions, because like I said, I actually think it's overall bad for the scene if we do this. And that's not to say that I don't think those tournaments should exist, I don't think it's my place to run them, you know? That's all. Patches mod is 10 times more interesting? Perfect, then we go watch Patches mod then. I mean, I'm not trying to keep you guys like beholden to my stream or anything. I don't disagree. I also think it's very cool. I just think there's... I don't know if you realize, but what I've always done is, you know, try and run as much StarCraft as possible, but I think it's really unhealthy for StarCraft if half the scene starts playing one version of the game and everybody else plays another version, especially a version that, you know, your average viewer can't watch games for and then take onto the ladder and go and play themselves, for example. So yeah, that's my opinion. Like I say, it's not really against Patches mod. I actually think Patches mod is really cool. I've enjoyed watching games on it as well. I just don't think it's something I'm going to be running tournaments for that reason. Might drag the other half into a better version. Yeah, but the problem is StarCraft 2 is never going to be okay on a modded version of the game. It just isn't. Like, you need to have official support. I just don't believe in trying to make a modded version like the main version that we play on or something, you know? Which is why I think it's fine that there's some tournaments for it, and that's why I'm not against those. I just don't think everyone should start running everything on this mod or so. I think ideally Blizzard look at the Patches mod and like, huh, what works in the Patches mod? And they take some ideas maybe and implement those. That would be really probably amazing. But alas, for that we can only really hope that we can make it happen. Like I say, that pod's kind of out of my control. A lot of Marines moving early here. Just figuring out which way they want to focus on as they move around. Just going to be having the factory coming up, the engineering base on its way over, carapace and the road speed building as well, just at the moment. I'm just going to see how plus one attack and the Marauders will be settling. And again, get the concussive shells up. All the Marines are returning back home. Rogue is going to get into that roach speed again. With the carapace upgrades, he has the potential to go kind of roach-ling overall. Some Marine pulls down towards the bottom side again, plus one. Concussive shells coming up. Marine Marauder coming through as well. It's a lot of ByuNs just gathering together, just going to see the CC coming across here. Marines pulling back. There is the a little bit. That's just an overseer scouting. Yeah, it's just some scouting from Rogue. Contaminated the starport. Actually, kind of cool to contaminate the starport and essentially take away some of the main kind of, you know, units that you typically want to make use of in this scenario. It's kind of neat. Just going to be seeing the, again, plus one attack upgrade coming by in a couple moments as well. Plus 2 carapace, plus 1 missiles. We also have the, most notably, the Infestors already coming out. Infestors against this Bioball would be massive if Q's not paying attention at the right time. Obviously, the Infestors not ready yet, but maybe they will be soon. gets onto the creep spread. Coming straight across the map here currently, and apparently we're having a big zoom in just to make sure we see what's going on, guys. Just to make sure we see what's going on. Knock down some rocks, take away some of the flankability that exists on this Terran army initially. First fungal was okay. Not quite the mega fungal you wanted. That's a really good fungal. We need a follow-up. Good corrosive vials actually go dead center onto that army. That is not pretty for Kira eating a couple of vials like that. But otherwise, I think he might still just be okay at this current point in time. Roaches, Ravagers knocking down onto the rocks for a couple of moments, opening up this space that the Terran just brought down moments ago. Are we playing Roaches now in ZVT? Not really. This is actually the first day in a while that we've seen Roaches be a big part of the plan. From the Zerg, Rogue has been playing a lot of Lane Bane stars, Lane Bane Muta, Lane Bane Hydra. He's been mixing it up a whole bunch. Ling's just going to get up that right-hand side. And Ultra Cavern coming up, plus 2 Carapace, and the melee upgrade coming into place currently as well. Let's see Kira pushing, but Rogue's on a counter-attack as well. He's got units into the third mineral line of Kira, so SCVs are going to start dropping here. The Banes roll through, going to hit a bunch of Marines. As the Lings on the other side of the map definitely causing some chaos already. Minus 10 SCVs, minus 4 drones. This attack of Kira starting to be halted. There's still some units up to the top side. Gambling Roach, Ravager all joining up. Still got 2-2 upgrades on the way in as well, bringing this into place. Big bio drop heading toward the main base right now. Spore just going to be shooting. Medivacs taking some more damage. Nice drop in. Forces the response. Forces to pull back a little bit as well as the Zerg player to kind of deal with this. So it stops you from kind of focusing more out on the map. And a couple of Widow Mines coming up. Medivacs, Marine Marauders. 2-2 upgrades all continuing by. Just going to see a bunch of Banes getting more from here as well. Adrenal glands, chitinous plating. All being brought up for the moment. That Rogue gets the Lings out on the map for a counterattack. Fungal comes in here, the Medivac's gone, so it's just the bio fighting for itself. A couple Ultras will move in to play cleanups. It's not too bad of a defense, especially if we don't lose an Ultra, which we do not. Roach Bane bottom right side. This hatch is going to go down immediately, man. Rogue just caught out of position there, and unfortunately not where he needs to be at the right time. So minus a base, and Rogue's not exactly doing well for bases. That was his fourth, so it's a little brutal for him right off the bat. Infestors continuing up the Ultra. Being brought in as well. Is that Ultra stuck? How is that Ultra stuck? What happened? How did we get here? I mean, the Ultra's going to continue to chase through. How is he there? I mean, did he get dropper loaded in? He's just stuck, man. But he is, not having a good time. That's wild. How do you get stuck inside? Like, Unless you get like drop a loaded in, how do you... But if you drop a load of them in, sure, you're going to drop a load of them out again instead of just killing the boy. Oh, yeah. Crazy business. Nice fungal growth on the left-hand side. Ultras are going to try and ravage through this bit of bio. Now the bio coming in on the right as well. Just looking to strike here. Get some work done. Massive counterattack from Rogue during this, so he's going to, on the tail end, put some pressure on. You can see this bio gathering, a couple of these infestors beginning to drop. I mean, this is again Rogue just needing to get enough units in the right places, but so much of his army right now is focused on the other side of the map. Fungal just whiffed over here. Gonna land it this time around, but we actually need the follow-up on those Fungals as well, whether that's biles or just units actually dealing damage. Problem with the Roaches is they don't deal a lot of solid damage, right? This is why the Ultras were much better, and Ultras, when units are getting fungaled, are fantastic. So we're missing those right now as the bio still gets here. Ultra's gonna get caught. The bio still pushing in. The Ultra Cavern is going to be falling soon. Loading back up. A little bit of the Roach Ravager coming back over. The Infestor as well. Bio. And we continue to get after a couple more of those Creep Teamers here. For again, a few more Zerglings. The SCVs pull back along. The out of game supplies drop down to what, 130-ish each. Still like what Rogue has, he just needs to utilize it well, right? Drop the right fungals. I mean, the Medivacs and their mobility is a big problem. I like the Viper for maybe picking away at the Medivacs a little bit. Some Parasitic Bombs could go very well here. Parasitic Bombs combined with a fungal obviously could be massive as well. Just anything that knocks down the... anything that knocks down the Medivacs, because they are providing one of the biggest advantages here that we don't really have a proper answer to on the side of Rogue. So missiles, the rest of the Ling Bane continue to come around. More drones gathering up. Just going to be seeing the missile upgrade. The Ling Bane continue to come into place as well. Shots coming out. And Microbial shot coming down. Liberators will continue to sit here, fighting as best as possible. And obviously, sieging up this area going to make it very tough for Rogue. And I think that's going to become one of the big issues that Rogue has at this point, trying to handle that. Not going to be easy as the bio continues to push in. Yeah, that Parasitic Bomb doing some work. This one, missiles, groove spines, continuing up as you try to get to these Hydras. They feel necessary to deal with the Liberator right now. Coming back up, Hydras, plus some missiles, groove spines, all on the way. Just gonna see the rest of that Marine Marauder coming over as well. This Army of Cure swings around the right side. His supply definitely looking good, 180 to Rogue's 160, but again, you stand in a bad fungal, you stand in some bad spellcasting for yourself, and Rogue could maybe turn it around. The problem is going to be that Cure obviously has good base count, where Rogue has been knocked down multiple times over. And has been kept back quite heavily at points of this game. Probably going to get here, clean up a few of those Zerglings that come around. Just going to push those back pretty quickly as well. Ultras, Hydras, Banes gathering together. Yeah, Marine Marauder Tower to Mine all coming through. CC and the Ghost Academy coming up as well. See this Bio still stepping across. Can we keep the pressure up here as Kua? Oh, that's a Mega Fungal on the left-hand side. Fungals and Bios landing. And like I say, that's the sort of fight you need as Rogue. But you need to fight like this, and then you need to get across the map and start expanding a bit as well. I mean, dealing some damage to the SCV line is nice too, but again, this is all very superficial if you don't overall put yourself into an economic position that can, really take advantage of this. Another great Fungal. Kira apparently doesn't understand how to dodge out of those because he just stands and lets them happen. Like I say, the Hydra is very effective against these Liberators. That was essential. Drop the Parasite Bomb, that's a guaranteed dead medevac. Don't believe we can stop that at this stage. Constantly coming up, just gonna take a moment of still, continue to settle this. This Bioforce is actually on the run a little bit right now. Rogue, despite the lack of bases, is looking to make a play for it. We are going to see a Fungal land on a few units. The Ultra is stepping forward. Bioforce pulling back. Oh, nice rock denial. It's going to bunch a few units away from everything else. That's going to give Kira a good edge to hang on in there for at least a moment. Liberator going to be sieging up. These Hydras pressing through. The Parasite Bomb onto the medevac as we just pull back and let the Hydras soak that Microbial Shroud and try and absorb as much damage as possible. You obviously can deny this base, pushing Kira back to 4 bases. Rogue on his way back up to a 5th. Even more important would be killing the command center, because it's not like Kira has tons of CCs. It's been a super scrappy game. That's actually one of his 4 orbitals in the game. Killing that would have knocked him down to 3, which obviously would have been very, very good. So yeah, actually would have been really nice to actually get that picked off here. Alas, we cannot quite get the kills. The orbital floats. Supply is still very similar. Again, Kira's taken a lot of rough trades. He's lost 31 to 26.8k. It's not bad for a Zerg at all. Some ghosts available now. Obviously, Infestors have some opportunity to put some Fungals down with that army so clumped up again. Coming around again, there's a couple ghosts accompanying it. We move along for a couple of seconds. Just going to see the Bio jumping onto this hatchery. Damage being done. The Ling is going to come running over. That hatch already going down. The Hydras and the Infestors coming back around as well, resetting themselves here. And in the end, I mean, Rogue needs another good fight still. That's the problem. Because of his economy situation, it wasn't just one good fight he needed. That kept him in the game. But to win this game, he needs multiple good fights. It's a horrible choke he's moving through. At least he had Microbial Shroud. Has it again. Parasite Bomb's doing work against the medevacs, but snipes are coming down and Rogue's army is being depleted. These Hydras cannot do enough. There is just too much bio right here. Rogue admits defeat with Kua to take a 2-1 lead in this best of 5. Well, this best of 5 is definitely making up for our first best of 5 of the day, guys. We're definitely getting a little bit hotter action in on this. Again, thank you for joining us so far today. Appreciate you all hanging out with us and enjoying some games. I keep saying this every day lately, but the viewership on YouTube is crazy. Like I say, YouTube viewership used to cap at like 300, and right now it's like 400. We're like an hour in. It's like half the viewership of Twitch. Like it's actually crazy. So what's up, everyone on YouTube? How are you doing? Thank you for joining us and hanging out and watching some games with us. Like I say, massively appreciate you guys supporting and watching. And again, we are still counting down. Yeah, another day of letting you guys know this. We're still counting down to 50,000 YouTube subs. We are currently at 49,956. We are 44 YouTube subs away. We can absolutely hit that today. Surely we have 40 people in the stream that do not currently subscribe on the YouTube. Surely today is the day and I can just stop. Not that I'm gonna be sad to stop. It's been fun following it, but like, come on, the final 100 subs or so is absolutely killing us, man. It's been feels like it's been so long. So get on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're there, drop a like on the stream as well. It helps massively. Again, those things do help the stream in a big way, and they allow us to obviously just allow more people to find the stream, most notably, which is obviously very important, because people find the stream means that we have more chance to turn support into more StarCraft content. So check that out. Countdown is done. At Eternity's Edge is loading. Kua has the advantage here, looking to knock the only Zerg of this competition out. Can he do so? Again, these guys have had some great series lately, with the Red Terran player Kua being a big part of the reason why. And in the bottom right, our blue Zergy is going to be a rogue. Down the map. Scrappy game, that last one. Scrappy game. Why are we skipping ghosts after the changes? Ghosts are just more difficult to get into, especially in a scrappy game, right? Because you need more energy to snipe. And so if you're only able to get a few ghosts up initially, they're a lot less impactful right away. So yeah, at first, it's actually a little bit tougher to really make use of the ghosts and make good on the fact that you've built into them. You know, they're not cheap. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's a little bit tougher to get to ghosts some of the time. And based on what your opponent's doing, you don't always need the ghost. Now, in this last game, with it being kind of roach infested, I think we probably could have got to roaches a lot sooner, honestly. Sorry, not got to ghosts a lot sooner. But like I say, sometimes that's more easily said than done as well, right? So, yeah. It's definitely it's definitely not just super obvious. Center coming up, SCV on the way, hatchery and a couple of drones coming through as well. And again, CC, the barracks coming about, just gonna have the SCV and so coming through, this hatch coming over. Get this online for a few moments. Waste of minerals. You don't even want to build more command centers. I mean, this game is crazy. It's probably the least amount of command centers ever owned by a Terran in like a 20-minute victory on this patch. It's obviously Rogue denied some, but there's just so few in the game from QF, the majority of it. Real crazy. Real crazy. Orbital command coming up. CC is building. We take a few moments to bring this through. The Silver Lord is going to go check what's going on. It is command center first from Q, so a little bit of greed for him on this one. Reactor coming down, the factory is producing on through. And we got ourselves settled here. And I'm just going to see the couple SCVs coming about. That reactor is building. Bring that online. The lair is going to start on the side of Rogue, so I'm going to bring that lair up and running as well. Back just moves back, and you're going to see the Hellion still on its way in as well, so again, bring that through for a moment here. And again, lair is about to complete, so there's 2 base lair from Rogue on board, getting going once again. Not the first time we've seen him 2 base lair it up. Very sure it will probably not be the last either. Well, maybe the last today, if if this is just going to be the end of the series. Maybe it'll be the last today. A couple of roaches coming through. Carapace and that roach speed will build. And you have again a couple of roaches coming straight in then. And yeah, the Banshee from Q are going to help them a lot against the roach stuff, because obviously if you have a Banshee constantly putting damage out on roaches, it's going to be tough for them to get enough done, typically speaking. So I'm expecting that to see that to be a factor. Gets rid of 6 drones right away with the Hellions. It's obviously a very good dive in initially. It's going to be a very expensive starting point, to say the least. Let's gather back around again. Rogue is not going to be feeling good about losing the a lot of this. Needs to be careful. And one upgrade's coming by. That stim pack is coming online as well, so bring that straight through for a couple of moments at this point. Drop load. Loading. We are going to see the Banshee coming around. I'm just going to have the one upgrades coming up as well. And get ourselves set up for the future. Rogue is obviously not thinking about the future. He's thinking of the here and now. He's taking this aggressive roach setup and taking it for a ride with this attack. Has the queens to help push it away. The Banshee will need an overseer, although do we have a lair? We do have a lair, of course we do, because we've got drop lords. Sometimes the obvious is the most difficult thing to actually think on. So we have the lair, so we can get an overseer, so we can deal with the Banshee cloak with the queens. We have got double bunker now, triple bunker setting up, so we're getting the bunker count growing here. There's Banshee in the background, goes down. Hey, crazy, we still don't have an overseer here, no? I just not see it. It's over there, okay. So the overseer is nearby enough to be a factor. I was going crazy, honestly. I was like, am I actually blind? Like, just got new glasses, are they not working? Oh, yeah. I'm momentarily afraid. Of bars crashing through onto the bunker. And damage being dealt. Obviously, if you can break through this as a rogue, that's what you want to see. However, it's getting tougher. 1-1 upgrades finishing soon for the Terran. Combat shield on its way. So again, the longer you wait, the more things that come online. That concussive shell still coming through as well. I've been trying 5 more corrosive valves coming straight in position. This Bio's going to just push on through. Looks powerful enough at the moment. Yes, he's going down. This Banshee coming through for a couple more drones, dropping the spawn on the bottom side. Going to get that in position as well. To hold on. And that's going to be GG's Q with the 3-1 victory. Our Oni Zerg of the competition knocked out. So it's going to be Q and Percival on the top side semi-final. That doesn't play today, that plays on Thursday, by the way. But yeah, Q just has enough. Hey, Rogue came in today almost like he wanted to just try out the roach stuff, you know? And just like, I'm just going to play completely different to how I played recently. Very intriguing. Alright, Hawksberry, thank you so much for the 9-month resub on the Prime. Much appreciated. We are approaching 500 subs again here on Twitch, guys. So if you want to help us out with that, do consider priming us up or subbing regularly. Super appreciated. Helps us out a bunch. Allows us to do a lot more StarCraft 2 content. So yeah, I do appreciate you guys helping us out on that. So yeah, help us out with the Prime subs and so, as we are going to go into Classic versus ByuN. Check the Classic ByuN match history. Yeah, you're desperate for this one, huh? Legalac's like, why are you searching me so much today? Security checks. Wow. Classic has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 series winning streak over ByuN. That's crazy, but they've not played on the new patch. Okay, it's gonna be balanced talk if I ever saw it. Almost no doubt. Oh, a setup to balance wine on this one, that is for sure. Alrighty, Classic just logged in. I guess I'll run some ads just between the matches, guys, because we do have to get vetoes going at the very least, so I'll just get those started, and we'll have ByuN Classic coming up next. Then Clem against NightMare. Boom, bada boom, bada boom, 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 boom. Hello, says Classic. Just waiting for ByuN to show up as well. Get this ready to start. Looks like we have to wait for ByuN to finish up against Nicorect. He was playing in the Cranky Ducklings event, which unfortunately is at the same time today. A little unfortunate. It's rough. I mean, there's obviously like one time frame to like really run events where it's like very normal and stuff, but it's like it's so tough to avoid kind of clashing with other people because there's only so many days in the week to try and run these tournaments, you know? So yeah, a little bit sad. So we have some downtime here waiting for ByuN in the Cranky Duckling Sparkling Tuna Cup. So yeah, we have some issues with obviously the Cranky Duckling Cup. I think they're gonna wait. I mean, the best part of this for me is I'm hands off the keyboard, guys. I'm not the admin today, so I don't have to deal with it. You know, I don't have to deal with it. So we need TVT semifinals. There is another cup on Thursday, which I would probably cast instead if I'd probably cast that instead if this was all TVT, to be honest. Because, yeah, I'm not going to lie, Oop. The concept of casting multiple best of 5 TVTs does not sound fun. I'm not going to lie. It's very possible. Oh, it's absolutely possible. I mean, Clem's a favorite against NightMare. And I think ByuN right now is a favorite against Classic, because Classic does not manage to win anything lately, unfortunately. Oh. And these glasses, they help me see a bit better than my other ones do, but the behind my ears really hurts with the headset on. Are we waiting for ByuN to be done with the Sparkling Tuna Cup? Yes, it does seem like that is the case. Oh, well, he's done already, so he's coming to play now, apparently. Having some fun in the lobby chat today, guys. It's nice because, like I said, I don't have admin stuff to do. I'm not running the tournament, so I can just actually have fun with the players and chat a bit instead of just keeping an eye on like my other screen for like things happening. What's going on though, everyone? Again, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you guys are having a good day. Again, thanks so very much for hanging out for some indie battles. Oh, only 38 YouTube subs away from the 50,000, guys. 38 to go. Go, 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 go. You will never again be able to be one of the first 50,000 players. Subscribers on the WardiTV YouTube channel. It'll never happen again, unless you have like a mass unsubbing, which I'm going to say is fairly unlikely. This is your chance to be part of history. Alrighty. A couple of videos coming through. I'll be able to get that soon. Great advertising. Thank you so much. Thanks for being part of the group of people who keep StarCraft alive and doing my best. You ever complain about the 24/7 stream? The problem is it relies on you to not to keep watching, which is bad for your sleep schedule. I mean, but the best part is it's 24/7, so you can just join again when you wake up, you know? Unless you're watching a game which is just really good at the time, you know? Which then I understand. There's been some bangers lately. That's one good game after another. Who has time to see? Well, that's the problem with the 24/7 stream. It's just playing videos off YouTube, right? So if you're just playing videos off YouTube all the time, then obviously I don't upload crap to YouTube. Yeah. It's funny because when the 24/7 stream first started, it was obviously I started off in 2018, which is as far back as I was kind of comfortable going. But even from like the first like 2 weeks of the 24/7 stream to now, like the first couple of years essentially, like that's when the YouTube channel changed a lot. Like I went from uploading like every game to like certain games or certain tournaments, and like right now it's at the point where it is basically what we do nowadays, which is, you know, every single day we upload one game, we upload one of the better matches that's happened on stream, and so on and so forth. Like originally when the 24/7 stream was on, there's some matches like there's a reason I didn't start in 2017, for example, is I have like the OSC Championship 4 or something, or I don't know which number it is. But it's like the playlist is 105 videos long because I uploaded every single series, whether it was bad, good, or what, you know? So I was mass uploading. Which in a way is nice because you can kind of relive them and like relive full tournaments, but at the same time, like, obviously for the YouTube, it's much better to upload like the best matches once per day and stuff like that. I was kind of thinking though, it's kind of a shame not to have more stuff preserved. I was thinking about all these games that are happening lately, and I'm like, man, especially when it's like there's so many good matches happening, it's like, it almost makes me wonder if we should like, if I should like preserve more of the games. Like obviously now everything's preserved on the YouTube anyway, I guess with the YouTube live archives. So I guess that's a factor. But obviously if I want to play back those, then they have all the downtime content in and stuff as well, like all the breaks and so on. So it's not the best. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I also, like, it's a lot of time to, like, actually just edit up every single series we have and, like, save them separately. Because I could, in theory, upload everything to YouTube and just not put it all live, but I could still have, like, a save of it. That's just a lot more time investment. And it's probably worth, I would guess. Bottom left, red, Terran player is going to be ByuN in the top right. I believe Protoss is going to be Classic. Yeah, I kind of wonder how bad it would be if we actually, I wonder how bad it would be if we actually just uploaded on the YouTube and, yeah, oh, sorry, on the 24/7 stream, I think the biggest issue with the YouTube VODs is sometimes, like, the start is just 10 to 15 minutes long, and the end is, like, 10 to 15 minutes long, so that's, like, a lot of downtime for the 24/7 channel. I wonder if there's any good way to, like, fix that. I think it just doesn't work, because I think there's just going to be points where we have, like, 20 minutes of downtime. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of just the way it is, I guess. Kind of just the way it is. Anyways, we got this TVP of ByuN vs Classic to talk about, guys. Classic has not had a good time lately. He's been struggling, so we'll see what happens as we get this underway, get this started up. Next coming down, Pylon's on its way through. Everyone's on the ByuN side of things in chat. I think so too. He's on a 9-series losing streak against Classic, but I kind of believe it ends today as well, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think it ends today as well. I believe with you all. I believe with you all. Let's see, the few Marines going to fight against that Adept for a couple of seconds. We put some work in. Get some damage done for just a few moments. End up coming back around. I'm going to see too much of this just yet. Need to gather up for moments. Stay, we take some time, figure out what we want to do here. See where everything is gonna go. You have the Stalker just poking away for Marine for a couple of moments as well there, so able to get a little bit more dealt with that. Oh, that's going to be Marines. And some continued trouble. Classic's pressure is actually going to go very nicely here. Continue to do very well for a moment or so. So we do see some success coming by for now. It's going to be seen with 2 Marines still pushing back over. Stalker's in some trouble. Yeah, for now at least seeing a little bit extra coming by. Just going to be seeing that blink coming up. The Stalker continuing through. Sim combat shield on the way up from ByuN as well. Don't know why we're watching that from Classic's point of view, but I guess that was exciting. It's meant to be on INus' point of view, which is a little bit more normal. Apologies, guys. That's on me just misclicking the observer I wanted. Plain and simple. Boarding mistakes. Unbelievable. Yeah, a couple of Stalkers hanging about. Continue to gather around, see what we can do here. Going to see those few Marines getting pushed away. The few Stalkers going to be there, so again we chase that off for a couple of moments, hanging back with that just initially. So this is going to continue to apply the pressure. I mean, Classic has been here and has definitely kept up the pressure thus far. Is doing a good job of keeping life difficult on the side of the Terran. As the Stalkers pull back over, the Observer just going to be right nearby. And cluster shells and that +1 coming up as well. Depot is taking just a little bit more damage. So again, a few more tabs coming up. A little bit more being dealt just for now. Nothing too crazy overall. With that pressure coming in, just going to be seeing the Stalkers going to hang back. ByuN settling himself for the moment as well. So again, continue to get that all settled for now. Charge coming up, +1 attack, and that thermal lance coming through also. Just gonna see those extra gates finishing, and the Robo Bay coming up as well here momentarily. So again, a little bit extra coming into place for now. Vex trying to boost out, trying to break this contain, but Classic gets in position to deal with that pretty comfortably. So yeah, we handle that pretty well straight away. Just seeing a little bit of ByuN coming over. That Stalker gets caught, pushing that away for a few moments. Dealing with that comfortably at the moment as well. Nicely done for now. See the ByuN going to get there. Pylon is just going to get caught. And a couple of Zealots going through. Colossus on either side. We're actually going to dive the right side. Colossus is going to go down. Classic is not going to have enough to fight this. This is a lot of ByuN. One Colossus on the left side is just not doing enough. We step forward. These Stalkers get chased. The Zealot falls as well. Now ByuN can collapse in on the left-hand side. This one Colossus that has done damage throughout this is just not going to sustain itself. Can't stay alive against that amount of ByuN army, unfortunately, and that is going to be pretty much it for the moment. ByuN continues through. A couple more years, just going to get pushed away. And yeah, I think this is going to be not too much overall. No, Nexus goes down. ByuN, Medivacs, Vikings still gathering together here. Just resetting for a little while. Bio just going to sit in position. Again, a couple of Zelds getting chased away back to the other side. That's the Stalker's Colossus as well. Actually going to take a moment to just knock down this set of rocks here, so damage is being taken. Vikings, Marines, and Marauders continuing to come up at the moment. This army back around in the center. We scan at the bottom right. Not much going to happen there. We are going to knock down some more rocks. Gun supply is good, leading with a few units. The fact there's only one Colossus is just not that scary. Obviously, we've got EMPs available now as well. Classic comes down this ramp. ByuN pulls back. There's no way you can chase through the choke point here, so ByuN is very safe pulling back there. Loads up and tries to get to the left side, which Classic was kind of moving to the left. ByuN's scan stops him. ByuN will unload, but there's a pylon, so actually Classic knows what he's running into. And he will try and catch a few of these units, which are kind of low HP from being stimmed up so much. They're not high HP going into this. ByuN is going to bring this army over, though. I do not love how far Classic has chased. I mean, he's going to kill the ghosts off the disruptor shots, but he's going to lose everything else. I mean, you can see the chase went well on the left side. Like, he did clean up a lot of those units, but I don't know what he expected running that army down when he was very flankable. He knew the rest of ByuN's army had to be in the middle of the map still, right? Or close to it. So you knew that kind of flanking direction was somewhat available here. Now both of these disruptors get taken down. The few Zealots head to the bottom as well. And I think this is going to be probably a little bit doomed. So Stalker Disruptor still gathering back up again. +2 attack, +1 armor coming into play. SCV is going to pull back over that side again. +2 attack, chip weapons, armor upgrade coming in. 2-2 on the way from Classic, so you will get to an upgrade lead here. And that's going to be one of the advantages of ByuN that's going to swiftly disappear. If he doesn't have the upgrade, he doesn't have the upgrade lead in general, but it's going to become a bigger issue very quickly if you're not careful. So, see what happens. A little bit of bio coming across, else will chase. Just going to see those bio units keep getting chased. The Medivacs are going to boost. So together again, bio joins at the moment. Disrupt shot coming through. We are going to be seeing the Vikings, Medivacs, bio units all gathering still. Disruptor shot flying in. Just going to see the few Zealots coming by. The Zealots going to keep charging. The rest of the Stalkers coming across. Good jump on this army of ByuN. Classic has recovered well. Despite some fights that definitely didn't feel like they were going his way, his resource lost is down against his opponent. I mean, ByuN is going to hold on to 4 bases here, and if he holds these 4 bases, he should be fine. You also got to consider that this is an army of Classic, which is not exactly ideal either, right? The disruptors are okay, but like they're not the be-all and end-all of this situation. He's going to have the disruptors going to fire towards that bio army. Pull back a few seconds. Just going to see the SCVs continue to drop here. 6 workers down so far. 10 SCVs now down. Apparently that's going to be good enough. Wow. Wasn't in love with Classic's army comp, you know, with the disruptors and so in the background. Wasn't loving it. I really felt like he lost a lot in moments, but of course upgrades were very powerful as well. We were just talking about the 2-2 advantage. And that obviously kicks in at that point also. So that's also, you know, definitely a pretty major boon as we get ready for our next game in just a couple moments, guys. We'll see our game 2 get hosted up here in a little bit and see what our map is going to be. I'm surprised this went the way of Classic. I think the upgrade lead was obviously a big deal. Like I say, having the 2-2 toward the end there, big factor. Ult's on Temple, so we're going to get to see what spawns we get, which may determine how this goes and how this looks as well. Definitely a possibility. ByuN ready's up. Classic is in here. We should be good to go any moment. Three, two, one. And we are counting down. Top left-hand corner, we are going to get close spawns. And it is going to be our red Terran player in the top left. This is ByuN. Yeah, but right. Our Blue Protoss player is going to be Classic, and he is proxying over to the left here initially. So a little bit of proxy action coming up from our Protoss. Get this one started underway. Piling over on that left-hand side. So he's proxying in between the two possible spawns of the Terran. Take a couple moments to gather ourselves in. And gate coming through. Take a few moments, get that all set. As previously mentioned. Get that into place. Command Center, Rax and company continue to come up. The refinery's coming through as well. Again, bring that Cybercore in, the probe, the Zealot. There's 2 additional barracks still building up at the moment. I think this has that single gateway, so trying to boost in a couple of Zealots to start us off. Did he check where his opponent's at yet? He did, right? There with the probe. So the probe just spots its top left. ByuN can go into this second Rax in the back of the CC first. Marines, very important right now. Oh, ByuN just cancelled the Marine as well, so he just slowed down the Marine. Why would he do that? Well, obviously he doesn't know aggression's coming, but by cancelling the Marine and restarting it, he makes it look like it's a Reaper. Because you would expect the Marine to have popped by now, so by cancelling and rebuilding, you kind of hide the fact that you're building the Marine, and you hide the information. But obviously in this case, you'd rather have had just +1 Marine out a little bit sooner, no? Because your opponent's about to attack into you, so a little bit of mind trickery from ByuN is actually going to backfire. SCVs will wrap to try and deal with this, but Classic straight in for some damage and looking to, like I say, be an absolute annoyance right now. The SCVs surrounding the Zealots, trying to fight back. There's -9 SCVs already. Obviously, ByuN has a good eco setup with the command center being done already, but this is a lot of damage to be taking super early. And these Stalkers can just hold the low ground, so right now the CC on the low ground can't even really be part of the kind of rebuild, because you're going to have to lift that up, spend some time bringing it back over to the main base, so that's not going to be super fun. That's not going to be great for you. Stalkers are still pressing up and actually still getting onto these Marines, which take a little bit more damage once again. Still dropping down. Wouldn't mind going to try and burrow on the high ground. And the 2 Stalkers going to gather themselves back up. great. Not great at all. Obviously, Classic now with his Nexus finishing in the next few moments, so going to get that set up. Going to be enjoying that. And Robot Facility, Stargate, and company building into play. And that about getting this all settled. Take a few moments. Cyclone wouldn't mind the Marines. Going to try and push down here. Stalker already taking a few shots. Would be Classic's 10th series win in a row if he was to win this match against ByuN, which obviously he's not doing just yet, but I feel like he's winning this game too. He's up one already. Depth gets taken out. Marines the Cyclone gather. Wouldn't mind still nearby. Just hold here. The siege tank going to go siege up over in the corners. Just going to put that in position. A few Marines and tanks still coming through. Cyclone locking. And the Stalker's actually getting blasted for a few moments as well. Stalkers escape away. What's happening down the bottom left? Cyclone just going to clean up this pylon. And after all is said and done, we are finally dealing with this pressure that pushed us back so heavily as ByuN. He's down 10 workers at this point. Obviously, we'll be able to get his CC back on location now, which will be nice. Mobs coming about. Man's just coming up. Can get this gateway coming through. Sentry in position. Just gonna have our thermal lance coming by. Oh. Daily DC. As we get back on track here, get back in action. Gather up. As can be seen, the Marauder production continuing. Stimpack and 1-1 continue to come up as well. Marines gather up, a couple of tanks nearby. Again, Colossus and the Phoenix on the way, and the Thermal Lance coming up as well. Next is on to the third. Just going to have ourselves the little ByuN movement in the bottom right, by the way. He's just got the Cyclone checking to see if any of the bases around there are taken, perhaps. Just seeing if Classic's doing anything sneaky. He didn't check the far bottom right corner, though. Maybe also just looking to see if there's any scouting pylons around he can clean up already. Out of Vax, just going to pull over, just going to have ourselves the reactors in the tech lab coming through. Stimpack, 1-1, combat shield. All of that continues to come by. Just going to see the Colossus and the Stalkers ready to shoot. The Cyclone will go down. And Temple Archives Forge continuing to come over. Just going to see that charge about halfway in as well. A couple Colossus are readying up. ByuN, again, having the upgrades feels decent. Phoenix, I'm gonna grab a few more SCVs. 7 workers go down. He's gonna keep shooting a few more SCVs. Continue to drop the Marine stepping over. Those Phoenix taking some damage. And Storm is building, +1 attack about to be done. That charge finishing shortly as well. Gonna be seeing the extra pylons coming up. The gateways are coming through. Again, those Vikings, the Marauders coming up from ByuN also. And there's the Marines trying to get around. Phoenix over to the right. Marines is going to get them. Just going to get this pylon targeted for a few moments. Just going to see the Marines still coming through after that Phoenix. Again, the Stalker's just going to shoot. Just going to be seeing the Marines continue to drop. Phoenix is going to be there. Medevac will indeed fall, so we see that going down already. Just having the Phoenix going back around into the center once more. Four more Vikings, Marines and Marauders coming through, Storm +2 and +1. Classic again, trying to play catch up on those upgrades. Actually going to get to Storm is something we've not seen a lot of in TVP lately. Actually seen a classic Storm is going to be interesting to see if it can be effective. We've seen pros typically avoiding this for Colossus and then Disruptors as their tech choices. Fire will stim, Vikings will shoot. Units get zoned backward again, +2, +1. Still coming through. And the Storm comes down again. Vikings playing a little bit more cleanup again. Blink +2, +1, all coming up. A couple High Templars and the Stalkers coming over also here. Again, Concussive Shell is about halfway with the extra Ghost popping. So ByuN's army looking good too. It's just going to be a catch on a few Zealots. They will die. ByuN has delayed his 2-2 in favor of the Ghosts and Vikings, so Classic is actually going to end up with an upgrade lead here eventually. Recall, Medevacs load up, the feedbacks come down, Medevacs already taking some damage. So you can see this Medevac already taking a bunch of shots, Bio gets into the corner. Plus the Stalker Zealots all coming across here. Just going to be seeing this army pushing to the left-hand side. ByuN's supply dipping after this previous little engage. And now we have him going to be on the defensive, looking to defend from going down 0-2 in this series. Stalker, the Colossus and the High Templar continue to make their way over. T2 building from ByuN just now starting, so he's down that attack upgrade for quite a significant amount of time here. Big push, here we go. The MPs came down pretty nicely. We've not yet dropped a storm, but now Classic's in position, he can zone with the storms. I actually think he dropped storms pretty late here. He could have stormed toward the Vikings a lot sooner. I think right now he should be storming this area right here, like where ByuN is typically going to run into to protect the entrance to the natural. I think that's just like a guaranteed position you can connect onto. Got the Ghost, does get a snipe off though. Sniping through damage is pretty crazy, I'm not going to lie. Seems good. Ghost Marine still coming about again. 2-2 coming online. The cloaking coming up for those ghosties. Command Center's coming up as well. Those extra commandos still coming into place. Just gonna have our ship weapon coming through. Again, the 2-2 all coming online. And I think most importantly, just 3-3 upgrades from Classic. The fact that he's going to maintain the upgrade lead again. It's going to continue to give him good and efficient fights over the course of this Terran vs Protoss matchup. Over the course of this game number 2. Prism sets up. A few more Stalkers get warped in. Another couple of units coming through as well. Classic still just posturing. Classic doing the typical Protoss thing as well. You get to this point and you just throw down all of the expansions. So all of the bases coming in from Classic. Bottom left, he's taking a couple bases, so just mass expand time for now. As we have this all setting up. And there we go. Nice Storms and Classic again, just taking a good fight. It was not equal upgrades the entire way through this. It was for maybe a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, Classic just winning out, man. ByuN just can't beat Classic. Classic seems to have been struggling against everyone, but ByuN cannot get into a good position against him. Again, this is a bad matchup for ByuN historically, and it's a bad matchup for him today, despite a meta which maybe has favored him a bit more recently, so... Gonna be going to Adaturndi's Edge for game 3 here, guys. We'll get that started in a moment. Get this hosted up. Ready to begin. Classic controlling these games. Obviously, this game was kind of pretty brutal pretty early on, I think is fair to say, as well. Because that early pressure from Classic, that proxy gate put in some serious work. ByuN should have built more CCs, probably should have done. Counting down. What ByuN could have done to win it? I think have a better early game. I mean, Classic got to everything without being hindered, right? The early game was just super rough for ByuN. I think the better one to look at is game 1. Like, what could ByuN have done better there? Because this game 2 was very, very Classic favored early. And while ByuN, like, caught back up, there was clearly ways in which he was still disadvantaged throughout. Obviously, pretty much every fight that happened being behind on upgrades, for example, is really brutal. Like, you know, yeah, ByuN got maxed out, and yeah, ByuN was able to kind of be in the game. But Classic was in a much better position despite ByuN having been maxed out, right? Definitely impactful. Bottom right side, our blue Protoss play with a 2-0 lead. Looking to give us a Protoss in the semi-finals. I'm all about that. Because it was looking to be TVT in the semis and finals so far. Top semi-final is TVT at least, with Kira against Percival lined up already. Gonna have our gateway coming through, the barracks coming up, the SCV is gonna build. Just gonna have the little Chrono Boost on the Nexus here for a couple of moments as well. ByuN was looking to stabilize. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of tough for the pros to push up into the main of the Terran, right? But I don't really disagree. It was a pretty miserable position for sure. ByuN's turn to be the proxy. First barracks is down, Marauder coming up. just going to get that Marauder popping through. That Stim Concussive Shell is now building as well. Let's continue to bring that online. And the Marauder's classic. Doesn't have a battery preemptively ready, which already obviously seems like a pretty bad deal for him. Does not put you in a good position to start off with, that is for sure. So, not a great beginning, like I say. And as you can see, I'm already scrambling together a little bit of defense. Probes are going to have to pull. This is what the Marauders love. More importantly, we actually have the bunker coming up. Marauders do not manage to turn around to protect the SCV just yet, but the SCV does get away. Now we get the Stalker. Stalker at least targets down the SCV, so the bunker won't come online. But man, minus a bunch of probes, minus a Stalker, ByuN getting serious damage done early. Gonna go minus 6 workers. The bunker will cancel, and that will seemingly be fine. Another Marauder just going to start up straight away. Just going to get that on the way up. Seeing where we go next. And Starport coming online. Just going to be seeing the CC. The Marauder coming through also. Take a couple of moments there. Has enough Marauders to shoot through the battery very quickly. Now we're going to see minus 1 Stalker, minus 2 Stalkers perhaps, as the battery's now out of energy. The Sentry will not last much longer. The Stalker stepped in to try and deal damage to the low HP Marauder. ByuN lets it die, which is a bit of a shame, but hard to really be super upset about it. Just going to see the probes are going to pull in once again, and this one does feel pretty doomed at the moment. GG's, and ByuN is going to take it. And we are going to get ourselves back a map here as the Terran player. ByuN puts himself back on track to potentially make a comeback in this series. Get our Terran victories back on the board. It's been too long. Whoa, we had a whole 2 maps without Terran winning something. Unbelievable. Anyone here truly rooting for ByuN to enable the TV? Absolutely. I love it when tournaments get ruined by racial balance. Ay. Ready and go for game number 4 of this series. Classic still up in the match. Blackrock Sanctuary. If we go to a map 5, if ByuN brings it back all the way as well. In the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to be our blue Protoss player. This is Classic. Still has the 2-1 lead over ByuN. However, Red Terran in the top right-hand side. We get this underway, started up, and see what we can do. Get this operational. ByuN in the top right. Classic a map away from a final semi-finals performance for himself. Blue Protoss in the bottom left. Up 4 of this best of 5 then. Bring this up, getting this started. Bring that through. Just gonna take a couple moments here and figure out what we can do next. Again, racks the gas coming online initially. For a few moments, so you do have the Nexus chopping down into place. A couple of barracks still coming through. The Command Center coming up as well. Probe returns the other way initially. A couple of those orbitals continue to come on through as well. Let's bring that up for the moment, getting that started. See where we go. Yeah, see our robot dropping down, a couple of probies and so coming up as well. We take a couple of moments there. And there's the factory coming down. Tech Lab is on the way. Tech Lab on the barracks. ByuN CC will float to the low ground. A little bit safe, building the CC on the high ground, of course, just being nice and secure initially. Yeah, CV's popping out. See the siege tank, the Marines continue to come through. Our stim is producing, so we get settled in. Just gonna have ByuN. Can you find this observer? ByuN's been great at spotting observers as of late. Will he be able to grab this one here? Why is a bunker coming up? Siege tank and the stim pack both continue to build on through for a couple of moments. That's the observer. Nice little catch. Factory gonna come across, drop down to make the reactor. MTF Temple Archives is building up the extra gateways in production, adding on the charge on the Prism as well. Stalkers, Sentries, Zelda Mortals bring themselves through. This Marine is actually going to get a little jump onto this probe. It's going to be a nice catch. It's going to go down, so that probe dropping already. Going to be a nice grab, like I say. Be able to make that happen as the factory lifts off. Going to move to the side. Stop. We're going to go to the reactor instead. Very typical stuff here still for the Terran side of things right now. Things looking pretty normal in that regard. Gather everything together. Have ourselves the Cyclone coming back over one more time. Again, gets set up to move around a little bit. Keeping things on the move here. Once again, with Storm builds, High Templar, the Zealot, and so coming on through. The Zealots are going to start their chase. A couple of more is just going to hit the command center that's built, and that's actually going to have to be a cancel. So nice little drop in using the prism in a fun way. However, that is going to be double drop heading across the map, and if you don't know about this, Classic's in the middle of the map right now. This could be deadly. Tech structures there are going to be a big problem for Classic. Does not have a recall, apparently. ByuN gets there too late to deny the Storm upgrade, but he's going to at least force the Temple Archives to rebuild. Again, the Twilight Council would be huge, because then you obviously deny Blink here. Gets confirmation that Storm is available, kills 2 High Templar, picks off another big pylon, gets himself the sentry, knows that was an upgrade, so he knows Blink isn't done. So he's actually going to be able to lift up and get out of there very safely. Good damage done by ByuN so far. Put himself in a good spot just for the moment. Present coming back around again. That's minus 10 SCVs though, so we do get some work done from Classic. He is able to step himself back into this by at least a little bit. And again, the +1 and the Blink both coming through. Hobbs, Probes, Templar Archives coming online. Marine Marauder, Medevac continuing into position here for the moment. Stalker's hanging about, blinking the +1 attack upgrade coming through as well. And ByuN gathering Marines, Ghosts, Thermal Lance the attack, all coming around. Going back into the main base with this drop. See Classic with a couple of units to deal with this initially. I mean, bottom right's going to be the problem. Third base of Classic can't afford to be lost. I don't think you save it here as the +1 is done from ByuN, so this fight's already good for him. There's nothing nearby. Classic does not even have warp gates, right? He's on gateways. And obviously that's the... Again, it's the issue. It's like, you've had years of defending these sort of things with like, oh, I can just warp in my next round of units there to help out. And that's obviously not the case in this one. A Storm does do a lot. These units are low from ByuN, and he is under attack on the other side, but obviously killing the third base is absolutely monumental. In a game like this, Classic is not coming back anytime soon. ByuN actually going to take a turn on the Medevacs and going to threaten to deny a rebuilding third. Looks as though we're aware of it as Classic, as we actually end up boosting down to the corner instead to get out of here. Medevac dead. ByuN gathering up at home. ByuN with about a 10 supply lead. Again, Classic has to rebuild that third base. You'd imagine, yes, okay, late third from ByuN, but you imagine killing a third gives you some more openings further down the line. Knocking down those rocks, closing out that position. Back over to the left, just going to work on these rocks. A few more units just shooting up, rocks taking damage. Zealots and the Colossus pulling back. High Templars right there as well, gathered at the moment. Nice Storm to try and hold back the Terran in the middle of the map. Classic by being on the middle of the map stops ByuN from moving out and being in position to hit the bases of Classic as easily. Especially when you're working with storms, right? The more storms you can drop before ByuN engages, the better. The more you can chip away at the Terran player, the happier you're typically going to end up being. Emperor's not recall to a base anymore? Yes, but recall's expensive and it is on cooldown, so you can't just recall non-stop. It's a good tank position at High Templar. Dropping a storm, not doing much else. Ship weapon still on the way through, +2 attack and +1 armor building on the side of ByuN. Just going to see the few Stalkers, the Archon, the Colossus coming in. The Vikings looking to get a good angle onto the Prism. Well, there goes your reinforcements. Classic does have 3 Colossus left. ByuN's just going to send it. And he gets the one-shot on one of those Colossus. Another handful of Vikings being brought back in. He's going to get a dive. I think ByuN can fight it. Honestly, I don't think he needs to respect this army at all. I think he can just chase straight onto this and handle that from the very get-go here. I think we are okay. Dives in, gets the fight, gets the tech units. Stalkers left over. Can chase those down as well. So see the Vikings are gonna fire it up. And it's gonna be seeing the GG getting called. ByuN has more than enough. And Classic is gonna be out of there. 2-2 tied up. We go to the ace match. Yeah, games have heated up a little bit as we get to go to the ace here. We'll kick that off in just a moment, my friends. Just a moment, getting this ready to begin. Sanctuary going to be our map. Sanctuary going to be our map. Countdown's on. I'm counting in. Top right-hand corner, the red Terran player bringing it back from 0-2 to 2-2, getting us all the way to this Game 5. This is going to be Shopify Rebellion's ByuN. Bottom left, our Blue Protoss is Classic. Game 5 of the series. Get this started up. Rex, Gas, Pro coming over. No barracks on the other side of the map, no gateways on the other side of the map. It's a very good sign for us to just get some nice normal games in. Let's get Pro patrolling about, trying to see what we got going on. Reaper building, factory on the way, orbital about to finish. We drop the Nexus in Classic. See if ByuN wants to drop his expansion shortly too. Or not. How is the music remasterized like this? YouTube? I do not understand your question. There is new music in StarCraft 2 that they added since the last patch. They added like Nova Covid Ops and Brood War music into the playlist that plays in StarCraft 2 in game. That's why there's different music in game. Maybe that explains if that's what you're asking. Maybe. Maybe, possibly. Yes? Cool. Yeah. There we go. Answered. Maybe a good time to restart after this map. Yeah, I don't know if restarting... I guess restarting must... At any point must help, right? You'd think. Yeah, maybe if I'm smart, I'll remember. Maybe if I'm smart, I'll remember. A few SCVs gathered, a couple of Reapers coming through. Reapers will jump up into the main base to try and see what's going on. Reapers coming back the other way. Blink coming about. We're just going to see the Stalker in the gateway coming around as well. The Dread of Mine drop from ByuN to try and open with some aggression here, try and get something done. Tanking a couple of Marines building a robo facility in the gateway coming about as well. Stalker comes over, actually gets rid of the medevac, so there you go. Minus a medevac, -3 Widow Mines, and we get nothing done with it. So good catch from Classic. ByuN, unfortunately, not successful super early. The Prism on the way, Blink's about to be done, so we can apply some pressure shortly, I would imagine. That settled in next few moments. Rover and the Forge going to be the choice of Classic again. Was up 2-0 in this series. ByuN looking to win a 9-series losing streak against Classic here, if he can win it today. Stalker's going to come about. Bio tank going to come over for a couple of moments. We do see the Prism pulling back over. Going to be having the Bio Force going to be there. A few of these SCVs going down. Double bunker. ByuN looking to be very protected on that low ground. Well, the Stalker's going to fight. A couple of these Marines starting to go down as well. A few hits coming through. Just wasting the Marines. The Marauder going to get to the corner. Stalker's taking damage already. And Thermal Lance +1 charge. All of that coming by. Just going to see Classic getting more and more powerful with ByuN having to be pinned back. Been a brutal start from ByuN. Just lost a ton of units this game. SCVs and Marines. The Reapers went down. The Widowmine drop did nothing. The supply early is great for Classic. It's been an absolutely dream start. ByuN does slip these 2 medevacs by though, and that could be the opening for him to maybe start getting something done at the very least. Medevacs head around the bottom. Colossus gathers up. Again, Thermal Lance +1. Zealots and the Stalkers producing for the moment. So that Ghost getting about halfway done as well. Stalker's just chilling again, a couple of medevacs down on that bottom side. We are going to have a couple of Vikings in the +1 coming up as well. Every time this bit of music comes on, I was just like, it's just bopping time, you know? It feels like we're just like having a little, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, just, it's fun. It doesn't feel very, I don't know why this one never feels very StarCrafty to me. It doesn't feel like epic battle, you know? It gets better. I don't hate it, I just don't feel like it fits with the in-game StarCraft vibes. It's the best one. People love this one. I just don't. It's just like it feels like it has this like quirky moment. Then it gets really good again. It just has this little quirky moment where it's like, I'm not so sure. SCV ready, good to go, what it says to me. Fair enough. It's just that little bit in the middle. It just feels so out of place. Anyways, Classic is not out of place. He's right on top of this third CC, and that might die. SCVs are dying. The repair's gone. ByuN loses the third. It's going to have our medevacs in the main base getting shut down as well, man. This has just been a horrible game for ByuN. What did Classic even lose this game? Look at that resource loss. 1.4k to 4k. Classic lost 8 Zealots, a Prism, a Stalker, an Obs, and a few Probes, and he gets it done with absolute dominance in a game 5. That is how you close out a series, my friends. That is how you close out a series. Down. Classic. Absolutely. Brutalizing. That's as clean as it gets. It doesn't really get much better than that. We're going to hop on over to the American server for Clem versus NightMare, guys. We'll get this set up in just a few. That's ready to go. Thanks for joining us again for this INU Battles event today. Shout out to INU. We didn't have anything to cast today until he showed up with this tournament, so shout out to him for making something happen, because I didn't have anything going on, like I say. So, yeah, nice to be able to show up with this and get something, like I said, on a day that was otherwise. I was going to have a day off today. I was going to go do IRL stuff and so on, but now we get to cast StarCraft instead. Yeah, fun games. Again, guys, I'm going to say it a couple more times. We are so close to the 50,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. I'm going to show you, in fact, how easy it is to come and support us on the YouTube. You guys ready for this? I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Alright, so if you want to support us on YouTube, it is as simple as this, right? So first of all, you're watching the stream. You can even be watching on Twitch. That's what I'm doing right now, okay? But if you want to come support us on YouTube, all you got to do is come over to chat, !YT, bam. What's that, a link to go sub to the WardiTV YouTube channel? Okay. Am I sure I want to subscribe? Absolutely. Something right. I can't subscribe to myself? Well, see, that's the issue. I can't help myself out. This number, we're 40 subs away from 50k, guys. We are so close. We are so close. So give us a hand. Help us get there. It helps massively. We want to get to 50k. If you're there, take a moment. If you're already watching on YouTube, you can obviously sub down here. Hit that like button. We got 500 people in here and only 79 likes. So let's get the likes up for this last series of the day. It is Clem and NightMare coming up against each other in a few moments' time. So get that like button up. Let's hit that. And appreciate you guys as we we'll take a moment to jump into the party for NightMare versus Clem. Bam 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 bada bam da bam. Alright guys, thanks for listening to some Sell Out. You already subbed. I know a lot of people already subbed. I get it. I understand why. Ooh. I just pinned the message. But you know what? Fine. I just accidentally pinned the message from WardiTV, but that works, I guess. Never really thought about pinning useful messages in the in the Twitch chat. I guess that makes a lot of sense, no? Light, thank you so much. Like I say, obviously, if you're already on the YouTube, just take a second to scroll on down as well. Super easy. We appreciate you guys tuning in on all the different platforms. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are waiting for Clem to arrive so we can get into this next one, guys. And there is Clem. All videos coming through, and we get this ready to go, go, go. Ready for our last day today. This was obviously we're not done yet, but this was a fast day. Obviously, it started off with just a very fast series, which really set the tone. Also, guys, we got plus 10 subs from that little push. You see, it works. It works. Telling you guys to do the things step by step really does do it. How many likes did we get? Did we get above 100 likes? Ah, we got like plus 20 likes though. That's pretty good. Good job, YouTuber. Good job. Proud of you all. Proud of you all. Lockdown going to be our opening map. TVB coming up for Clem NightMare. Obviously, a lot of people expecting Clem to do well here and set himself up for a semi-final against Classic on Thursday, which is when this contest continues. Bada-boom, bada-boom. Full maps are picked, so we should be fine to go here in a moment or two. Beautiful. Apparently, INus has people on freaking webcam and stuff. Wow, I didn't realize we had such good production for this tournament. I've been missing all of it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Take a few moments, guys. You're just waiting for this to get set up. Get this going on lockdown. Counting down, counting down. And let's get ready to go. Going to be West Central, West Central, West as well. So a little bit favoring towards NightMare. Let's see if that's enough to help him out. They have freaking cameras on the main stream. Ay, ay, ay. Do I know the price structure for this tournament? Yeah, it's like... First place is like... I'm going to do some guesstimating here, okay? First place is like $175. Second place is like $90. Third and fourth place is like $30 or $40. And playing just one matchup is like... And losing is $10 to $15 or so. It's in Korean won, so I can't be exact, but like that's my guesstimate of it. That is my guesstimate. That's pretty accurate. Thank you. I mean, it used to be like 1,000 Korean won was like $1 or something. So it's like, but now it's a bit less than that. So it's like right now 500,000 is apparently $350. So it's, I'm just trying to guesstimate off my, based on that ratio in my head, give or take. Guys, we can have a Clem cam for this series. You guys want a Clem cam? Ay, ay, ay. Clem, we were about to start the game, and then Clem was like, "I'm out of here." You need the Clem cam. And the problem is I don't have the NightMare cam. I only have the Clem cam link. I only have the Clem cam link. Clem misclicked out of the lobby. Alright guys, we are about to get going. Countdown is on, and our final series of the day starts up. Thank you for again joining us. The Terran heart bleeds for Clem cam. Yeah. Yeah. It's 70 cents to 1,001. That's kind of similar to like a dollar to like a British pound. Well, not exactly. In the top right, starting off this best of 5 is going to be the red Terran player from Team Liquid. This is Clem. In the bottom left, Blue Protoss will be NightMare. Do you think NightMare has much of a chance? Well, he is going to start this off with a proxy pylon. So that's going to be a fun start at least. Pylon coming down. Depot is on its way up. Take a few moments. Bring that into place. Get that started for the moment. Bringing that about. Getting that all underway. See our CC coming down, so Clem is going to open commands into first against the proxy gate. Not a great starting point. I like that we're punishing someone early for the potential greed they're going to show. CC first is definitely the build of choice of Terrans. It's going to sound dumb, but it just feels so good to go commands into first. Like everything lines up a little bit better and so on. So yeah, it's been popular for that specific reason. Let's just have our Slab an X score coming up. The Zealot is on the way through. Rack's now double gas, so we're not even going to go for the double. Not even going to go for the double barracks behind this. Orbital's coming up. Marine on the way. So we've seen the first unit showing up, and Clem immediately in trouble. I mean, you got no bunker, you got nothing here. This is pretty much as bad as it gets, plain and simple. This is not pretty. SCVs are going to get this around. Mostly we just saw this with ByuN versus Classic as well, where Classic are able to get so much from this scenario. Able to put yourself in a good spot. Clem's going to get a Tech Loud Barracks. I believe he wants to get a Marauder on the go because it's a little bit more sturdy and may have a bit of a better chance of actually making something happen here. So, sure, let's see what happens. See how this goes. We have the Stalker putting some serious work in, though. The damage is absolutely being done. Minus 10 SCVs. The Marauder, like I said, is actually a pretty good little something to get us on track with here. I mean, like, the Marauder actually can sort of stand and do pretty well, so I like that. And those do take a couple moments. Minus 11 SCVs is brutal. 10 workers down. NightMare is about to finish his expansion, so he's not behind in any way here with all of that done. The Marauder coming through, the Hellion coming up as well. Continue to bring that around for a moment or so. Our robotics facility finishing shortly. Again, stalking the wall gate coming up as well. This Hellion's actually going to get on the map, so might be able to get, most importantly, across the map for some information, right? You can figure out a little bit of what's going on. That is generally going to be seen as a pretty major positive. You can see the Hellion coming through. A couple of those probes already getting hit for a moment or so. See a little bit coming through. The Hellion going to come across. A little bit extra being found for a few moments as well. And the warp gate coming about, the Observer coming through. I'm just going to be seeing a couple of barracks and the SCVs in production also. Siege tank also on the way currently. Stalker's going to poke as the Marauder's going to sit up here. We have the Prism to Micro. Marauder should be pretty okay in this scenario, but of course the Prism Micro allows the Stalkers to get a lot of value. And as we are just looking for anything we can get, extra SCVs is generally going to be seen as a pretty big positive. Of course, as well, definitely a boon. This bunker does not get up. Clem is just in a world of trouble as this Marauder continues to take a bunch of damage. It's one Marauder left. The Stalkers have been microed beautifully. NightMare doing everything he needs to make this one a success. Come in, Marauder falls. I mean, does the bunker ever go online? The tank is in a good position at least. But you don't get the bunker down, and now you've got to move the tank forward. That exposes it, and if you expose the tank, it's not exactly going to be ideal for you either. Not going to be ideal for you either. Stalkers get around the back again. SCV's gathering. You're going to see the Marines with the Cyclone still coming through. The Immortal and the Charge are building as we speak. This Marines is going to get there. The Stalker's still kiting. Do we have the space to get away with the Prism on this map? Yes, we do. It looks like a lot of space. It should be, but you never know. Cyclone's a pretty crazy unit sometimes. Clem microing his butt off to stay in this game. You've seen how much micro NightMare's put in it. Clem's micro to stay somewhat alive has been crazy too, trying to keep those Marauders for as many shots as possible. Giving himself a chance just to try and recover here. Each tank Marine and Stim continue to come through. Nexus coming up on the third base. It's obviously not a fast Nexus. That's not too surprising considering how things have been going. I see a Stim coming about. A few Marines continue to come over as well. When probes gather up, it's going to be seeing the combat shield and the +1 continue to come through as well. Just having ourselves a little bit more setup on its way here for the moment. Stem combat shield +1, all of that continue to come around for a few moments. Just going to have ourselves the Storks coming in. The Cyclone, the Marines will get rid of the Prism, so the Stork is now going to be stuck here as well, and there goes your pressure that you were previously applying, so that is not ideal. We are pushing the front though, and maybe Clem just can't afford to defend everywhere. I mean, maybe NightMare just didn't need to, and I guess you pull units out of the way into the main base, which is obviously a good thing, and I guess that's never really going to be truly a bad thing at the end of the day. Now you're seeing the Fire Force continue to hit, the Immortals continue to come through. The extra being done, just going to see the Spider Force still coming over, a couple Stalkers getting struck down for the moment. Again, +1 attack coming into place, the Gateway's coming up behind it all. I mean, it'd be nice if Clem could get the +1 attack. NightMare's definitely not having an easy time shutting this down, but it is looking as though we will get it done, and as Natural has to float away. NightMare is obviously moving towards a third base behind it all as well, so it does feel like at the end of the day he should have enough to see this through to the end in his favor. And +1 attack, a couple of Widow Mines coming about as well. Storm, Blink, Prism. We've got the attack and the Concussive Shell upgrades coming by as well here, so continue to get a lot of that on the go too for the moment. I'm trying to find something. He does get rid of the pylon, which again we can't really complain about, I guess. Marines gathering, just regrouping for a couple moments still. We've seen the Zealots just going to come about. Just going to be seeing them moving up this ramp. Widow Mine going to go off toward a couple of Zealots as well. Finding a little bit of extra damage. Just going to be seeing the Zealots still coming through. The High Templars coming up also. Continue to bring that into play. And Storm will start up there. Just going to see the few SCVs looking to pull in as well. Just going to have ourselves the Storm coming down again. A couple more Marauders taking some damage. And continue to move our way through for a few moments. This probe count has been blasted on the other side, but NightMare still controls this game. Like I say, it's nice for Clem to get a few workers, but he's still behind by 10 to 12 and still held to 2 bases himself. Continues to, I mean, this I think is just a sign for NightMare of how tough this rest of the series is going to be. Because realistically, if you're struggling right now, then you're going to be struggling when it comes to the other games, because this was an amazing start for NightMare, and even this has been an absolute trial for him to see success, which, like I say, is pretty crazy. Storm's coming down. This should be him winning now. Don't get me wrong, like in the end, he wins, but it just hasn't been easy. I mean, the Prism goes down again. The Archon's going to splash through the SCVs. Clem surely has nothing left anymore. Surely we don't find anything extra here. A couple more Marines loading back into this medevac. GG gets called. NightMare takes the 1-0 in this best of 5. Damn. That was kind of crazy. Alrighty, guys. Head into our next game here in just a second. Yo, thank you so much for the donation. Maxine with the £8. Thank you for your devotion, and I'm going to have to open the thing to read it properly. Apologies. Give me a second. open. Dashboard. Alright, give me a second. I should be able to read this just before. Activity feed. Thank you for your devotion and great work. We also had an £8 donation 5 minutes ago. Sorry, the anonymous donation. No message attached. Thank you so much for the double dono, guys. The 8 into the 8 doesn't happen all the time. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for keeping the StarCraft 2 rolling. Thank you to INus, who's organizing the games today as well. He's the Korean streamer who covers a lot of StarCraft 2 events. In the top right, our blue Protoss player is going to be NightMare, up 1-0 in this BO5. Up against the red Terran in the bottom left corner of the map, we've got Clem. Down the map. Let's see if he bounces back after the start. That last game was rough for him, and yet he was still able to put up such a fight from that point on. Let's see what happens this time around. Only take a few moments. Obviously, it will be no proxy this time around. As you can see, we do get cross spawns nodes in Temple. Not a bad map to proxy on because of the 4-player aspect of it. You can kind of, proxy in between the bases and try and do something there. So you've seen that Reaper continue to come through for a couple of moments then, so bring that into position, get that on the go. Clem going to be nice and safe this time with the Reaper in the barracks before the command center. Does still expand low ground, but again, it's a bigger map. I don't think that's a terrible thing to be doing necessarily. Seeing the robo facility coming up, the adept and the warp gate coming into play as well. Gonna have our command center and the factory continuing to produce on through. So again, seeing that come along, this Reaper heads toward the upper right hand side of the map. Robo facility on the way in, warp gate coming through, adept and the probes building as we speak. And this Reaper is going to poke into the natural and see what we can do. Get after a couple of workers there initially. Start to get that underway. Go back and forth for a couple of moments. We're going to try and get after a couple of those probes still. Reaper just about escapes back down to the low ground. It's going to go down though, so that's a dead Reaper. We killed an adept on the other side as well. No Marines killed in the dealing with that, which is very good. Let's just have that observer popping. And again, the Twilight Council and the gateway coming through. Again, a couple of SCVs continuing by Marine. I wouldn't mind Starport coming up as well. A couple more moments. The Twilight Council still comes up. That gateway comes into place. And Pylon Gateway continue to get settled by. We're just going to be having ourselves the Marines and the medevac coming up also. And again, a couple of depots, the barracks coming into place right now, and just get ourselves this wouldn't mind drop on the map for Clem to try and apply some pressure early here against NightMare. So we're just going to go zipping on through. That blink still producing. Get the Raven building, obviously. So many uses for this Raven. Shooting down observers is one. It's going to be seeing that gate coming about again. Blink coming through. The Nexus on its way. Just going to have ourselves this medevac is looking to drop in with those couple of mines. Hey, what's up, Iridian? Thank you so much for the 10 months. Resub, hi, Wardy. Thanks for the content. Pleased to see StarCraft 2 is still up and running. Appreciate the 10 months, man. Oh, yeah, it's, we're hanging on in there. We are hanging on in there. We're going to have positivity month soon, I think we're just going to have positivity month where we just are so positive every single stream. People can't help but feel that, you know, can't help but feel like there's, they've got to... sit and just love StarCraft. You need slowly become a natural. You ban just any moment of balance wine that occurs again. Get us properly back on track. And in fact, does go down. Doesn't manage to do too much, to be honest. Impact combat shield +1. Continue to come along for a few moments then. And that about charging a couple of zealots coming through. The extended thermal lance is building on into place. So we're having a few Marines gather together. Trying to put in a little bit more pressure there. For a few moments. Starting to fight against these Stalkers, trying to get as much done as possible. Rubber Bay, Colossus continue to come through. Still got the upgrades coming by, +1 stim and combat shield, all producing in for the moment. Just gonna have our Stalkers back up toward the top. Seeing that second starport coming up, Clem wants to be able to increase that Viking count at a moment's notice as well. Readying for this then, just have our Raven is going to come around and obviously try and put some hurts into play. Yeah, supply looking good. Again, Clem has lost a lot in this game, and the Raven's going to be in addition to that. Clem is losing a ton of units. Only the Adept and an Observer killed so far on the side of NightMare, which is pretty crazy. Red concussive shots coming through, and a few ByuN backing away. Zealots, Colossus stepping forward as well here. So drops the rocks. It's actually going to split the army in half. The Stalkers will blink over so they can support the Zealots at least. Coming through, the Zealot's going to get chased. What am I shot going to hit for one of the Stalkers already? Just going to knock that straight down. The rest of this Bio-Viking force coming over as well. SCVs regathering, pulling back along. Nexus is about to finish on both sides. The Vikings going to get after and kill off a Colossus. Another Colossus in some trouble here. Clem taking a good fight, going to try and reland this base. He's losing a lot of SCVs that turn to fight into these Zealots though. More depths going down. The Stalkers getting chased back. Marine Marauder Medevac still in the production tab. 5-6 more Zealots in production. Also Temple Archives is about to complete. We have the 1-1 upgrades building from NightMare. I mean, Clem is going to hold this one off. He's going to keep himself alive and well for the moment then. Actually chasing back very nicely. How far can he go? Vikings are landed. They could lift back up and deal with the Colossus, so that's also a good opportunity right now. IO and Vikings gather up once again. Going to be seeing the Colossus going down very quickly. Not enough bio though, I don't think. I actually think there's enough Protoss here to just handle that, so I think that will be handled as the bio pulls back. The Zealots getting caught. all the way back against those few Zards then, so again, putting some work in. Then ByuN the Vikings gather on up, just going to be taking the Watchtower, and this is Clem now. I've backed away, definitely taking some better fights. Look at the resources lost, swinging it into his favor. The efficiency for Clem has been real. Very real indeed. 2-2 upgrades are coming up for the moment. So we'll get those started. Clem will be the first to initialize them. Obviously, NightMare has to put his attention back in towards his tech units, get the Colossus back online at the moment, it seems. And there's a few probes as this drop now tries to do as much as possible here. Liberating the rest of the Bioforce still coming around, so again seeing a bunch of this additionally coming up at the moment. Still continuing through, again Bioforces, Liberated Vikings, all producing by as well, so again pulling up as much as possible. That Sword Colossus gathering back through again. Just gonna have that Archon continue to come about also. And you have our 2-2 upgrades and the both side of this. It's like I said, a bit faster. 2-2 of Clem. Chronobus can help you out here. We'll see if it would be enough. Force obviously cross spawn, so we do have a lot of space between the two players at the moment. Going through the acceleration zones obviously gives you a little bit of a boost chasing through or chasing away. You're not going to get rid of one Colossus immediately. This next Colossus shouldn't live. I don't think there's enough Stalkers to truly push the Vikings back. Okay. Good pullback on the Colossus, but it's nowhere near joining into the fight. So you just see NightMare's army is getting absolutely beaten up on. This is not even close to being okay for NightMare as he loses a ton of stuff right away. Like I say, that's going to be absolutely brutal for the moment. Bio still chasing forward at this point. I think Clem can just move his way straight through into this. This is another game that started bad for Clem. Again, think about how much was lost for him early on in this one. The fact he's able to, again, bounce back is why I don't think this is going to be a pretty series for NightMare. And again, I think a lot of this was kind of shown in the first game when NightMare had such a lead, and yet it was still such a struggle for him to actually be able to take part and to help out and all the rest of it. Pushing in, base is going to go down in this one. It's going to go the way of Clem to tie us up 1-1 in this B05. Again, last series the day, and we're going to go back and forth in the first couple of maps, which is nice. Like I said, definitely nice that we had the initial win come in on the side of on NightMare, because he's the underdog, so him getting a win early obviously is a bit of a feels good for the series in general. EMP lands, a bunch of those Zards getting hit. Bunker is hanging on in for a little bit. The Bio still coming through. So that's taking even further damage. Just going to see the rest of the Bio and the Vikings coming across. Going to dive through. Both those Disruptors go down before they land. I mean, I guess that's the only thing we could have possibly been hoping for here at this stage. The Vikings in position. The Bio continues to fight. Again, just too much damage being done across the board at the moment. GG's is NightMare. And we are going to take it to 1-1. Clem will bring us back a game. Like I said, this started off very badly, but Clem's fights later on in the game were absolutely beautiful, absolutely spot on what they wanted and needed to be. Very nicely done, as we have our next map coming up soon. Just join us again, guys. We are nearly at 2,000 viewers across Twitch and YouTube, so thank you very much for enjoying some games with us. Much appreciated. As we get ready to go into game number 3. NightMare versus Clem. Just double check I've got the ads running on the YouTube. We do. Perfect. Alright, beautiful. Go, go, go. GLHF gonna get called just to start us off here. Countdown is going. Hey, what's up, Red03T1? Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Thank you for priming us up. Like I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's dive into Sanctuary 4. Clem and NightMare. Top right hand side, the blue Protoss is going to be NightMare. Again, seems to be struggling. As soon as Clem gets set up, it just is a difficulty for him to start doing well enough yet. Clem in that bottom left, so good. Once it gets to those larger armies and able to literally let his micro shine. Doing very well for himself. Bringing it back a couple times over in this game so far. Dropping the barracks down. And on we go, guys. We are 10 subs away from hitting 500. We've been trying to get back there the last few days while streaming a whole bunch here. We've been streaming every day recently. So if you are enjoying the games, do consider using your Prime on the Twitch channel. Helps out massively, goes a long way to helping us out and allowing us to do more StarCraft 2 casting, tournament organizing, all the rest. So check that out. Consider using your Prime. Obviously, gifts, regular subs, all very useful and helpful as well. Yeah, support if you can. Like I say, nice to try and get above 500 subs again because it's been a struggle. I had a couple weeks off at the start of July. But the bounce back has been very tough this time around, so probably the toughest it's ever been. So yeah, consider supporting if you can. Appreciate if you do. Thanks for listening to a little sell out while we get this game underways. There goes my Prime. Hell yeah. Don't forget, Matt, find a moment to refresh so you can share it with us so we can feel good. Nothing like the dopamine of a little subscription ding in the stream. Nexus, Cybercore both coming up. Sexy back. Thank you so much for the 47-month resub on the Prime. Ding. Lovely. Alright, beautiful stuff. We take a moment or two, like I say, for this game to get settled. Reaper is on its way out. Just going to have it hopping up towards the bottom side. Reposition for a few moments. Battery coming up, very safe from NightMare just initially. Blink will start. It's actually a pretty sizable map in the grand scheme of things. Let's see how this goes. Let's just have the, again, Blink and the Warp Gate both coming through. Bring that in position just initially. Yo, all the subs. Jack Chirac, thank you so much for the 14-month resub on the Prime. Dark Templar FK, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Yes, we are one sub away from, you guessed it, the Hype Train. Oh my god, you got 30 seconds to drop a sub, somebody. No pressure, but you could be the difference of hype or no hype. As Reaper and the Hellion are going to combine to get in here. Going to run through. Going to get this mineral line and be able to start dealing some damage. In the back is going to come through the Nema. How you doing, mate? 115 month release. I was going to say that's an old school name. For almost 10 freaking years. Crazy to kick us off into the hype train. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Things will be done soon from NightMare. Let's continue to try and handle through the early stages for the moment. Raven is going to head out over to that right-hand side. Again, Blink about to be done. Temple Archives coming up. A couple more probes on the way. Probes moving around for a couple of seconds. Getting settled. Again, the orbs and the Blink coming up. The Temple Archives and the gates on their way by. The Storm and Charge coming up from NightMare, so we're going to try and get into a bit more of a stronger position here with the Storm and Slow rather than the Colossus. I say stronger, I mean, again, High Templars and Storm have generally been seen as the weaker choice lately, well, hence why so many people have been playing Colossus. Again, Storm Charge all coming up. Take a few moments. Impact, Combat Shield, and +1 building into place. Gate's going to gather around as well. Light Templar gathering through. A couple of Zealots are coming across as well. Bring this around for a few moments. Okay, I'm just going to see that Nexus coming by. Storm and the Charge both building through. The Nexus will be here in a second. Bio stepping up. Going to see a couple of these Stalkers going to get chased away as well. Bio tank coming over. A couple of Stalkers and the Zealots escape out of there. Away for a few moments. Just gonna see that Storm drop straight back down. Gets back in position. And again, the medevac's coming back through. A couple of probes have dropped. Auto turret putting some pressure onto that pylon. We are looking for the drop into the main base. Clem trying to keep the pressure up here. Has good army supply over his opponent. Is pushing through the center at the same time. So this could be a scary moment or so for NightMare, honestly. And so again, Chase Storm dropping into position just momentarily. And Bio gathering up for the moment. A couple of Storms going to drop straight through. Is that going to be enough though? I mean, this is the problem with the Storms. If they don't do enough right away, you're going to be in some trouble. Clem's bringing his army from the top side to come down to the bottom as well. And get rid of the Archon on the top side. I mean, it feels as though he's just collapsing completely at the moment. Looking good. Bio is going to pull back up more Widow Mines, going to get off toward the Zealots. Clearing those out. Clem's units here very low HP. The medevac in the main star be dealt with. Marine Marauder medevac still producing through. The additional probes are on the way. Hey, thank you by the way as well. Glockly 504 coming in with the Prime sub also as the Prime train. Oh, sorry, the Prime train, this hype train. About to simmer out. Appreciate it. Again, the Ghost Academy coming through. Take a couple of moments. And Marauder medevac continued into place. Have this auto turret put into position. Clem has pulled back. It takes a few moments to resettle. Nexus Forge coming back around again. The Marauder, the Ghost, the Armory, and the Engineering Bay coming around as well. Stalkers, Zealots come back around. Just gonna take a couple moments. The Orbital we got jumped on here. Just gonna be seeing the Zealots showing up. Storm's in the mineral lines, actually going to hit a lot of this Bioforce. Clem's just going to stand in the storms as he wants to just dive on the army. NightMare supply disappears very quickly. Still seeing this Bioforce all gathering together. It is going to be Clem, obviously having defended through that. Able to settle a bit better than he did before. We're back on track. Bio Ghost gathering together once more. The storm's coming down. The SCV's pulled back over. Bio Ghost is going to be here pushing towards the top. Couple Zealots and Stalkers getting grabbed initially. Going away. -7 SCVs just for now. Feedback comes into place. The rest of the Bio continues to come over. With 2-2 on the way up, I mean, Clem obviously on the upgrade lead as well, so fight should in general continue to favor him as well. Supply looking good, upgrades looking good, and again, just not looking pretty on the side of oh boy, NightMare. He is trying to get 5th base up though. I mean, if he keeps Clem to 3 bases, maybe you can deny that 4th coming online, gets his own 5th online. Maybe we're starting to talk a little bit about NightMare in this game, but resource loss has been good for Clem. The efficiency has definitely been there in terms of the trades taken. NightMare gets a little catch here and there. So just going to charge in after the Bioforce for a couple of seconds. Just going to be seeing the defense against the Zealot's going to be absolutely fine. See nothing during that for now, at least. That comes down, just going to be seeing her temple getting cleaned up. I'm just going to have the rest of this force coming back over to the top side. Clem wants to make the push to the 12 o'clock base. That's going to threaten on the right side of that army. However, the main threat is going to be Clem's attack over on the far right-hand side. Dives into the 3rd. Oh, this right side base, and that's just going to be minus all of the probes almost instantly. So that is going to get absolutely deleted. Well, that base just completely falls. So there goes NightMare's dream of getting some extra... base is gone. Just going to see the medevacs coming through. A couple of obs coming over. Zealot's going to try and charge forward for a moment or so. Just going to be seeing the Bio is actually just going to hold that position. This is the moment where it's 2-2 against 1-1 as well, right? So you see a bit more value for Clem on this fight than you would do in other scenarios. That's the anti-armor missile on everything. We don't see the anti-armor missile much because the Raven doesn't usually survive this long in the TVP, but it's going to be nice to have, especially with an upgrade lead already. I mean, I guess that upgrade lead's about to disappear, but it's going to feel like an upgrade lead for a little bit longer. At the very least. Bio goes, joining back in. Medevacs nearby, Storm gathers. Oh, nice Storm. A lot of Clem's army is actually low HP. Needs to be cautious. 1 or 2 Storms more. A little bit of splash in the right direction, and this could go very wrong very quickly for him. 3-3 is building from Clem. We've talked about the upgrade lead from him at multiple points, and there's going to be another point where he is going to get to that upgrade advantage at some stage of this. Drop on the right side, gets denied. NightMare trying to come through over to the left as well. Not seeing too much success straight away, though. Has to be super careful of the ghosts. Obviously allowing for a bunch of EMPs. Ghost coming back around. Stalker's going to hit this order command, which we just found over here. Just going to get underneath those medevacs. The base being denied again. Has to rebuild one more time. And Stalker Temple pushing through the command center. Taking damage. I mean, CC is nice, but at the same time, Clem's a 5-base Terran right now, and you're a 4-base Protoss. Clem has 3,500 minerals, 1,500 gas in the bank. Currently in a great spot. Stepping through again. A couple of these ghosts are going to start being denied. Joins up Zealots, Archons. Collect together. A couple of these CCs going to begin to go down. It's NightMare just going to charge into it. However, it's because Clem's army's on the map, so Clem's going to come from the other side. Now, does he get zoned out or can he hit the EMPs? If these units can storm effectively, you can keep Clem from coming back into this position. You can get a lot of work done. The actual command center that was built mining this base goes down. However, the EMPs have come into play, and now all of the High Templar are gone. The tail end of this fight is going to be NightMare's army absolutely melting away, especially with the upgrade disadvantage. 2-2 to the 3-3 is obviously not a pretty sight in this scenario at all either. NightMare just goes down a 125 supply. That ain't going to cut it long term, realistically, against Clem. The Bioforce, there's also the Stalkers coming through. Just going to have ourselves this force of Clem is just too much. What we do have with NightMare is trying its best to be substantial, but again, it is just unrealistic, I think, at this point to expect it to really be able to hang on in there. And Bio just pulls back to the bottom side. Once again, just getting out of there, pulling away. Bio, Lib coming through, just going to chase after those Zealots. A couple of scans coming down once more. At this stage, Clem is just running around. He's going to deny this base. He should be able to get to another base if he wants it. Again, he is just in such a confident army. His army composition is great as well. It is very, very powered up for him at the moment. Is ghost count, lib count good. NightMare is trying to counterattack on the bottom of the map a little bit, but there's really a desperation kind of move right here. GG's. Clem takes it up to a 2-1 lead. He is going to have his first lead of this series. As Clem puts himself into winning position right now. Let's see if he can keep it up going into a final map, potentially, for him. Depends if he wins, obviously. Alright, guys, game. Oh, yeah, music bug. Let me undo the relogging. Everybody relogs for the music, but get our music back and get it feeling a bit more like StarCraft again. You guys really love the new battles, man. Like, the viewership keeps going crazy in these events. It's crazy the other day, it's crazy today. I mean, maybe I need to stop saying the viewership's crazy. Maybe that's just the normal YouTube viewership now as well. Like, still, I mean, it's like we're like 1,300, 1,400 strong on Twitch. We're like super strong on YouTube, like 500 to 600. Crazy business. Nearly 2K viewers across the platforms. I'm on the wrong server. Nope, I'm on... Oh yeah, I am on the wrong server. I went to Asia instead of America. Apparently my StarCraft's open over here as well. Let's shut that down. Just hidden behind some other screens. Alright, game number 4. Rorschach gonna be the map between Clem and NightMare. Countdown is on, as you can hear. It's impressive how high tempers, closets, and disruptors are all terrible in their own way. Is that true? Are all the Protoss tech units terrible? What's up, Moku? 128-month resub. Where are we at with the worker starts? Or maybe 2 base starts? We're still... Well, we've been settled for a couple weeks now. Bottom right side, red Terran player is going to be Clem with the lead 2-1 in this matchup. NightMare looking to keep his team alive with a win to take us to a game 5. Let's hope he can, because we want to see some extra games. Extra games is good on our side, so we get this up and rolling for game number 4. Disruptors are hard to use with great zoning. I actually think disruptors honestly do their job very well. No, like, disruptors are so good at keeping a Terran player, for example, like, away from being able to commit into you. They are difficult to use. It's just like, if you have a bunch of disruptors, it's very hard for the Terran to fight. It's just, it would be even better if you then had something as a Protoss that could punish the Terran player for not fighting, which essentially is the Gateway Swarmy style, because if they can't fight and they're trying to, bam, you hit them with massive counterattacks. Maybe we need to increase the health of the Colossus. Maybe Colossus should just have double HP. Make sure they never die. Some harass as we have the engineering bay block coming through and being dealt with. Probe pull to handle that is very respectable. Nothing too crazy. Next, continuing through, bringing that up for a couple of moments, so bringing that into place. Getting that settled. Just for the moment. Got a couple of probes. This Reaper already successful for sure. Not a bad time. Just gonna chase Reaper pulling back. And then we'll get coming through, start getting the Nexus coming online. Got a starport at a command center, bringing this along for a few moments. Catch this Adept. That was a beautiful surround from the Marines. They have the Adept pinned from all corners as the Reaper finally falls up in the main. Oracle, Warpgate, Adept going through, Cyclone Marines and Medivacs coming over as well. Yeah, Oracle and Warpgate coming by, the couple of Marines and the Cyclone coming through as well. It'll take a couple of moments. This current point. And get healed up in the shrine as well is nice. Cyclone building. Again, a couple of Marines are coming over for a few moments. Actually going to see a bunch of units over here. The Marines and the Cyclone combining to do a very effective amount as the probes are going down. Obviously, we're taking damage on the other side. Clem is losing STVs, but the probe count is absolutely plummeting, and that is not a good sign here for the Protoss, because this army of Clem is not getting cleaned up is the problem. That is the real issue at the moment. It's not going anywhere at all. Every single probe is dropping. And this is a disaster for NightMare. And a victory for Clem as he takes it down here today and is able to be the semi-finalist to complete 3 out of 4 Terrans into the semis of the INU battles. This event will be back again on Thursday, guys. So we'll be back with that on Thursday. I think we're going to cast out on Thursday. There's also Vespene Cup on Thursday. A bit of an overlap, unfortunately. I kind of prefer the INU battles, probably, just because we know who's playing, and that usually is a lot stronger. But it also has the potential to be a bunch of TVT. It might just depend who's in the Vespene Cup and who's signed up and stuff, because if that lineup is good, then it might be worth covering that instead. Not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. Alrighty, guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out and joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. We obviously have the WardiTV 24/7 stream. If you're looking for even more StarCraft 2, we'll be raiding that up in a little bit. It's actually had good viewership today. So I'll raid you guys over there in a little bit. There's currently Max Packs Clem matches happening over there from the European League. It's fun. Awesome. Alrighty, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with the Kung Fu Cup as well. Obviously, please tune in. Usually, Kung Fu Cup gets really bad viewership lately, but I don't know why. The games are amazing. The players are great. So yeah, don't be afraid to come and join us for some Kung Fu Cup action tomorrow. Appreciate you guys, and yeah, I will see you guys on tomorrow's stream for some Kung Fu Cup. Thank you so much for the viewership. Again, like and subscribe on the YouTube. We're getting very close to the numbers that we need for the 50k. So check that out if you haven't already. We are at 20 subs away from 50k on YouTube, guys. We got this, okay? Hit them buttons. Hit them buttons. Like I say, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Faster day than expected, but not too fast, I guess. It was very fast to start, and it got a bit slow afterwards, so not too bad. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys later. Serve ads on outro. I'll raid you guys over to the 24/7 channel. Enjoy that. I'll be hanging around there throughout the day. And I will see you guys later on. Bye.